Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to your weekly tarot digest here on Raise Your Vibration TV. My name is Jeff, and this video is your one-stop shop for all 12 zodiac signs. Whether you're tuning in for your sun, moon, or rising sign, everything you need is right here, with easy chapters below so you can jump to the signs that matter most to you. If you're someone who likes to check multiple placements or just wants to soak in the full energetic overview, this format is made just for you. And don't worry, if you prefer shorter elemental videos, those are still available on the channel too. You can find the links to them in the description or pinned in the comments below. So now, let's dive into your week ahead, starting with Aries. Aries, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Aries. Happy birthday for all you budding Aries out there. Happy birthday, and to all the Aries that are celebrating their birthdays this month. Of course, it's your season. It's your season, and you're riding high. At least you should be. And we'll get to why you're not. But again, this is a focus this week on you. There's a lot going on. So let's get to it. Thank you so much for being here, Aries. Now, March 27th, Venus is retrograde. It's been retrograde for a while. Venus is all about values and love, and it's moving back into Pisces, okay? So this is in your solar 12th house, so this is about issues that are maybe coming up for you as far as values. Old relationships may be coming into view and kind of reviewing those, all right? So just be aware of that. Venus in Pisces has a very dreamy, other than it seems kind of energy, but with it being involving our relationships, Venus is involving our relationships and our values to them and how we love and what we expect out of love. You know, we're going back into an emotional feeling. So be aware of that. Now, March 29th is a big day. Mercury, that has been retrograde, is moving back into Pisces. So these retrogrades are kind of moving out of your sign and moving into Pisces, going back to the drawing board, getting the things right. Now, on that same day, there's a new moon solar eclipse happening in your sign. So we've got new beginnings. Things kind of you're going back to the drawing board with Venus and Mercury. Mercury's about communication. Venus is about love. You're going back to the drawing board with that, really getting in touch with your feelings with Pisces energy. A lot of spirituality put into that too. And then you got a new moon of reviewing that stuff and being able to release that stuff and plant new seeds for, well, actually, you would do this for the month, but because this solar eclipse, and it's not a full solar eclipse, I forgot what the totality of it is, but it's still an eclipse. It still gives us extra. And because it's happening in your first house, your your first house, Jesus, this is about a relationship with yourself and others. So again, it's reviewing all that. You see the pattern here that's going on for this week. Could be a little emotional. The new moon could be an emotional release for you. Maybe you've already experienced that with the full moon that we had. So, I mean, but anytime there's a new moon in your first house, this is a glow up. I always call it a glow up. It's a time for you to reinvent yourself. Take the mask off that you're wearing to people, maybe. And really showing people who you are, the true you, the authentic you, the loving you, the communicative you, So think about that. Big week. So, again, thanks so much for watching, Pisces. Let's get a message from your guides before we start the reading. We're going to start doing that from now on. And this is from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. I like using this. I like the messages in this. All right, let's get a message for you, Aries. That one right there. And I like it. I really like the artwork, but again, it's YouTube and, I got to cover things up. It's the Goddess of Awakening. This is a perfect message for you, Aries. This is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, and creativity. Okay? Very good, because Pisces also has a romantic flair to it. Pisces is creative. It's tapped in closer to the not the collective, the source energy than all the other signs. You know, they're the most intuitive. So this is a great time. And it's the goddess of awakening, which is showing that, you know, spring, it's your time. I'm going to, you know, we got the message. I'm going to turn the card over because I'm telling you, man, I just don't want to be flagged for boobs on a card. You know what I mean? If I'm going to get flagged, I'm going to get flagged for something worse than that. But you understand what I'm saying. All right, let's get the vibe for you, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe. What do we got? Big energy for you these last 2 weeks. I hope you're using it well. All right, well, there's a huge message here. Yeah. We got it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. The Seven of Swords. All right, so that full moon kind of is shining light on these issues. The swords, I mean, the crows are the swords. Swords are thoughts. The way you think, the way you communicate. And the Seven of Swords is a feeling of being robbed of something. Don't feel like you've been robbed of time, money, people, places, or things. Don't feel that way. Don't get into this self-destructive kind of talk. It's a deception, and because Mercury and Venus are moving back into Pisces, you could feel or be sensing almost a self-deception. Maybe that's what you're eliminating with this new moon, which is fantastic. Because if you do, it pays off. However, there's a strong message here with the Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles to go slow. See, Aries, you're very impulsive. I don't want this to make you impulsive and kind of screw this energy for the week. What you need to do is to be a little bit more, I got this, a little bit more grounded. Slow and steady wins the race. I tell this to Capricorn all the time, but I'm telling it to you with the Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles. It's always slow and steady, because remember, it's a perfect time to plant the seeds of your desires. This is a new moon. It's in your first house. That's important. Planting the seeds of the desire, of your desires. And all you need to do is shine as brightly as the sun. All you need to do right now is nurture yourself, nurture your energy, and let that shine. Be a light for everybody else as well, okay? And the world is completing things. You could be making traveling plans also, but this is completing a cycle that slow and steady wins the race. And self-deception, don't need it. All right, you follow me on that? That's pretty damn good. So the sun doesn't ask permission to shine. It just does. And that's what you need to do. That's what's suggested here. But at a slow and steady, you know what I mean? Slow and steady, baby. That's all it takes. So great energy for the week, you know? Great energy for the week. Yeah, again, the Seven of Swords, the deception is focusing on obstacles and challenges. You focus on obstacles and challenges. I know that you've had some. It's understandable. But the more thought and energy you put into focusing on this, the more you're going to create that. It's to rely on the universe. Let the universe work for you, work with you. This is the world again. I mean, you're opening up to things. Don't pass up opportunities that come this week either. And material harvest. This is great energy, but it's a slow energy. It doesn't need to be rushed. Aries, you're a very impatient, right off the hip, boom, and impulsive. Yeah, impulsive. And just impatient also. That's what I was looking for. Impatient. So you gotta be aware of that, and just know that everything in its due time. And I find it very, Symbolism is everything to me. And, you got the moon on this side, you got the moon on this side, and you've got the sun on this side, and you've got the sun on this side. It's telling you, we got to experience some of these things in order to keep shining, but it takes time, You see what I'm saying? Take it easy. Everything will unfold. The world keeps turning. You can't make it turn any faster, Wasn't that a dumb part in like Superman? Remember when he, Lois Lane got stuck in that crack in the earth and he made the world spin backwards? That's what made me think of that. All right. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Absolutely. Helpless and hopeless. It's time to get out of this, Aries. This is a huge message to get out of that because it's not the truth. The Hierophant is, again, have faith. It's also teaching you a lesson, too, to have faith, to be patient. Awaiting results. You don't plant the seeds and then start screaming because you want it to produce fruit. Everything has its season. This is yours. Nurture yourself in the meantime. That is how you get the results. You nurture yourself. The whole crux of this reading is to stay out of the Seven of Swords energy. Self-deception, listening to other people, that kind of shit. You take your power back, shining as brightly as the sun. When you open up to possibilities, to abundance, everything works out. You're getting a new vitality. You should be adopting a new vitality this week because of this beautiful energy that's working for you. It can be intense, but let's focus on the here and now. I got this. I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to say what I want to say. I'm going to bite my lip. I'm going to open up. I'm going to take my power back. I'm not going to feel helpless and hopeless. I'm not going to keep focusing on everything that's going wrong. I got this. I'm allowing the universe to work through me, and I work with the universe in time, in sync. Everything is in divine timing. That's the big one, really. All right, so let's look at relationships, because there's an undertone of relationships in this reading, too. So let's get to it, Aries. Wow, what a great reading. Lots of going on. I do these readings so it kind of gives you a head start on how to adjust and calibrate to this energy. A lot of you could already be going through this energy. All right. I swore I saw another card fly out. All right. What do we got for relationships here? Wow. Okay. Well, you could be juggling some stuff. Venus retrograde going back into Pisces, Mercury retrograde going back into Pisces. That could be some of that self-deceptive energy in your relationships. You just don't know what to think. The energy's off. You know what I mean? Finances may be a part of it too. You want to do things, but you're waiting for the money. Again, slow and steady here. Don't worry about it. Page of Wands brings in a message of change, a new vitality, something you can open up to. Again, don't turn your back on opportunities, especially when it comes to relationships. Don't be wishy-washy about it, okay? And look at that. The star in the world has come out 3 times. So 3rd time's a charm here. The star is basically the universe telling you this week, we got you back. So take it easy. The world is saying, let's complete this cycle. Let's start a new cycle. The world is your oyster right now. Oyster. And open up to it. That's the other thing. Opening up to the possibilities instead of being so clamped down, especially when it comes to relationships. The message weaves through every single shuffle that we do. And I'm grateful for that. So it gives you that guidance. You know what I'm saying? Very appreciative for that. All right, we got some messages of love. Let's get to it. decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. Yeah. Don't feel helpless and hopeless. Don't look at the obstacles and challenges. Take the time to have, does this align to your energy or not? Are you trying to change somebody? Because again, this new moon does focus on relationships. It's opposite it's in your first house and it's opposite your seventh, which is the house of relationships and dealing with the public. So it's time to decide. It's a good decision, whatever it is here. Works out really well. Trust. It's safe to trust in this situation. Again, there's a huge message here for you, Aries, this week that says, trust us, trust the process, go slow down a little bit. You've got this. It's using those spiritual tools, with those 2 retrograde planets going back into Pisces in your 12th house. That is getting a new spiritual approach here. I'm opening up. All right, universe, there's a lot of expression of, okay, let's do this, surrendering. This would be an excellent week to start getting in the habit of doing that. That's a great habit to be in, is surrendering. All right, universe, show me how good it can get. And play hard. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. With the world cards out here also, there is that too. All work and no play makes Aries a very, very impatient and intolerant person. You know what I'm saying? So play hard. Find time to laugh and enjoy yourself. Don't sit in this. That's a decision to make. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Aries. That was a great reading right there, especially for everything that's going on starting in your season. So, congratulations in advance. All right, there we go. And it's give. One of the best feelings we can experience is giving to others. When we do so, we feel lifted up and our lives improve greatly because of someone else's happiness. Think of one way we can give to another today. Again, there's that 1st and 7th house dynamic going on here with the new moon. It's reciprocating energy. It's giving. It's this cycle here. There you go. Could be doing some traveling too, Aries. I'm seeing that. All right, Aries, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend will be posted on Thursday this week. And hope you all enjoy the new reading format. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section, of course. Thank you so much. And personal readings. Excuse me. Maybe you got something to say, too. Maybe give thanks, apologies, something like that. Maybe you need to make some plans. All right, personal readings are going to be available the second week in April, so start booking now. I'm going to be on vacation. So, it's not really, it's vacation. Yeah, it's vacation. Well, I can just say that. I don't take a vacation, so saying it is really rough. Yeah, you think you got issues. All right, Aries, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the weekend. Taurus, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Taurus. Hope you are doing well. We've got plenty to talk about. We've got a few things happening this week that are pretty major, and we need to talk about them. I don't want you to be alarmed. It's just things. There's themes here that need to be addressed and need to be dealt with. And I think that this is the week to do it. So let's get started. Thank you for being here, Taurus. Let's talk about the astrology. On March 27th, your ruler, Venus, it's been retrograde. So we've been looking at relationships. We've been thinking, how can I do better? What is there that I need to realize? Venus retrograde brings up a lot of emotional issues that need to be dealt with. But at this time, on this day, Venus has moved into Aries, and now because it's apparently moving backwards, which it's really not, it's just our view from the Earth. It's all about orbits. Now it looks like it's going back into Pisces. So that's very symbolic. What that means is This is a time to review how our emotions affect our relationships, and are we using that in the right frame of mind? Are we handling our relationships? Are we being too emotional? Are we too emotionally involved in that kind of work? So there's a going back to the drawing board with the emotions. How do I regulate my emotions? Do I keep them under wraps? Okay. Now, on the 29th, a few days later, Mercury, the planet of communication, which is retrograde, is going back into Pisces also. So there's a theme between these two planets here. And again, it's back to the drawing board. Am I communicating effectively with my emotions? Am I inspired? Pisces also has to do with a veil being a mist over everything. Can we see through the veil? Is there illusion going on here? This could also be a very spiritual time for you, you know? And on that same day, on the 29th, we have a new moon in Aries, and it's a solar eclipse, but it's not a powerful solar eclipse. It's barely an eclipse, but it's still a little extra. That's what we're going to call it. But new moons are an excellent time to begin something new. So, with all this reviewing that's going on, it's got you looking at your emotions. And this new moon is shining light in your 12th house of mental clutter, getting rid of our beliefs that no longer fit us. So this looks like a very spiritual time for you to really just release and let go. I really feel that for a lot of you Taurians out there, is to release and let go, especially emotional issues that hold you back. And the universe is kind of beckoning you to, come on, let's take care of this. Let's do some spring cleaning of the mind and our emotions. All right. So very profound for you. And this can also be the opposite of the 6th house, which is diet, habits, all of that thing. So it could be you finally releasing the emotional baggage that stops you from being motivated in your daily life. Lots of new things happening here. It's all in perspective. All right. Before we begin, look at that, goddess of nature. And that's so you right there, But let's get a message from our guides. This is from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. And the message is Goddess of Nature. I love that. And it says, you reap what you sow. Your dream is coming to fruition. Okay. Now, Neptune. Pisces is all about dreams and making your dreams come true. Making our dreams come true. You could be releasing the emotional attachment to make that dream come true. And connecting with nature is a big thing for you this week. Could be for the next 3 months, when it starts to come to your season, because your season's coming next. So get ready for that, all right? It's about releasing any baggage. It's a new day. It's a new way of looking at things. It's time to get inspired. It's time to take action and to express how you feel and no longer hold it inside. All right, Taurus? All right, let's get the vibe for you this week. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get the vibe. And it's wasting no time. Ooh, okay. All right, okay. All right. Very clear here. Very clear. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow, Taurus. Damn. Wow. And there it is right there. Ooh. A lot of Tauruses are getting a raise. There could be a raise in order here. I see there's a lot going on here, Taurus. A lot. Let's talk about the obvious here. There's Pentacles here. This is an opportunity working with people. Good time had by all. Look at that. Just party. Tell me what you're going to do. Party. Yeah. This is there's so much going on here. I don't know where to begin. So, Sorry, I had to text somebody really quick. I'm sure you knew. You were like, what's he doing? All right. But all right, let's get to it. There's a strong message here. This is a great outcome. And this is all I want you to focus on, okay? But we got to get, in order to get here, we got to get through this. And that's the Devil, the Four of Cups, and the Four of Swords here, okay? Now, what this is saying is you need to put some things to rest. Don't be tempted to sit in your shit. That is ungrateful. That's shoulda, woulda, coulda energy, and do not turn your back on opportunities here. It's just time to put things to rest. And I will tell you, the Eight of Cups is walking away from what no longer serves you. You are strong enough to get through this, whatever this is. The Eight of Wands is moving fast. Communication coming in. Don't turn your back on opportunities here. This is a great energy. Great energy. These three right here seal the deal for me. Could be getting a raise, a new job. Eight of Wands is communication, speaking what you have to say. And it's about getting some rest, too. You need some rest. Or you just simply need to put some things to rest. And this looks like you can do it. You know? Fours are repeating. Eights are repeating. Actually, look at this. Look at this. I just saw this. 8, 8, 8. Pay attention to that. Let's look that up. Let's look that up. 888. A sign of abundance, prosperity, and spiritual fulfillment. Again, the spiritual fulfillment, that's kind of taking place with your ruler and Mercury this week. All right? It's abundance and prosperity, harmony and alignment, inner strength and confidence, and spiritual fulfillment. Wow. A sign to prepare for change. This is good change. This is great change for you. And I like that. I like that a lot. Okay? Now, pay attention to 888. Oh my God, more eights. Look at that. Again, emotional withdrawal. That's that energy in Pisces for you. Use this to your advantage. Transformation. Absolutely. You are going through a great transformation here. Don't turn your back on it. And the Ace of Pentacles, again, opportunity. You all could be getting raises, new job, this is playing well in the sandbox with others also. Okay? And letting bygones be bygones. This energy will transform you this week. This is actually setting the stage for the next 3 months. All the way, I guess, to October. God damn, Taurus. This is great. Unbelievable. Yeah. Yep, it's time to rebuild and transform. Absolutely. Don't be tempted to sit and shoulda, woulda, coulda, or any of that. It's time to detach. There's a huge message about detaching from what no longer serves you. You know what I mean? That is huge right here. And awaiting results. You have to be patient with this process. And then things will take off. This is incredible. All right. Let's look at love. We can't deny the love factor here. We cannot deny the love factor. Let's see. What do we got for my Tauruses in love and relationships? This looks really good. Really good. Working towards, you've got an opportunity to just let bygones be bygones. Let the emotions, take those out of the equation and just work together to build something great here. I mean, it's great energy. Now, let's look at love, shall we, Taurus? Let's do that. Let's look at that. Honest to fucking God, this is great. Okay, now, don't isolate yourself. Don't have any fears of failure or anything like that. Stop holding back. Pay attention to 444. 444. 444 is, well, let's look it up, shall we? No stone left unturned. I want you guys to fully embrace this, you know? Because you're a hard sell sometimes, Taurus. 444 is a sign of strong support and guidance from your angels, encouraging you to stay on the right path and trust your intuition. Again, a stability, foundation, that's what this is. Practicality and action. Be practical. reminding you that manifestation requires effort and diligence. Okay. Excellent. Taurus. No longer holding back. And look at this. Things equal out. Things balance out. I love this. I love this reading for you. And something you've been waiting for. Here it comes. Things start to move fast. Again, another 8. Communication. Lots of change coming in. And look at that, the 2 of Cups. Man. That's some good love energy there, guys. No shit. No fucking around. That is some good energy. Do not pass the opportunity up to make this happen for you. And all you have to do is believe it. That's it. That is it. Okay. Children. Children are important to this partnership. Absolutely. And it seems like there's an important part in children playing in this, all of this here. Okay? And forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. That is huge. Moving forward. Forgiveness. Letting bygones be bygones and just enjoying the moment. Here and now, your true love is already part of your life. I think you're realizing that. I think you're opening up to it. I think the opportunity, if you're not, will present itself. And rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. So again, you're rebuilding off of this rejection and making it right. Taurus, this is a great reading. Absolutely great reading. And your dream is coming to fruition, finally. Open up to it. This looks like a good time this week. But are you going to alienate yourself, or are you going to take the opportunity to really open yourself up? And, Tauruses are very loving, but you almost got to wean it out of them. You know what I mean? But I think for this week and moving forward, you're changing the tune here. All right. Oh. All right. Yeah, grounding. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, Taurus, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling it brings. Yeah, grounding, goddess of nature. Absolutely. Get out there and ground. Let this go and surrender. You're being asked to let go of your need to control each part of your life and surrender to the universe. Control is an illusion, and it's exhausting to try to hold on to it. Let it go and allow yourself to enjoy the relief that comes from doing so. Open up to have fun. Don't worry about it. Release this, and I swear it will pay off. That's a great reading for you. All right, Taurus, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, watch The Freaking Weekend. Post it on Thursdays. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm surrendering to this. I'm letting go. I'm enjoying my week, all right? Any kind of comment will be fine. And don't forget, I'm doing personal readings. They are going to be on hold until the second week of April, because I am going to walk my daughter down the aisle in San Antonio. And we're going to be out there celebrating a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time. So readings are booking fast already for April. Get yours in now. Link in the description. Everybody have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Gemini, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Gemini. Hope you are doing well. Happy spring. Have we got some things to talk about for this week? Lots of things going on astrologically. And you know that I only focus for the tarot readings as far as astrological stuff is energy shifts, retrogrades, new and full moons, that kind of stuff. Though, because the moon moves really fast. We got a lot of aspects going on all the time. But the planets moving into different signs, definitely a huge energy shift. Planets going retrograde, going direct, absolutely. New moons, full moons, absolute beautiful times to do and align to those energies. So we got basically a lot of that going on this week. So let's get to it. On March 27th, Venus, the planet of love, has been retrograde for a while. And it's moved into Aries, but now it's backing into Pisces again. So we're going back to the emotional drawing board, I guess you could say. So we might be dealing with some issues, relationships coming back into focus, into the fray. All right, how does this play out? What's going on here? You know, that kind of thing. Past relationships may be paying a visit. Let's hope they're good ones and not bad ones, you know. And the 29th, Mercury, your ruler, has been retrograde for a while. Well, not for a while, but everything will be fine in April. It's only retrograde for 3 weeks at a time. That has moved into Aries, and now it's moving back into Pisces also. So again, this is communicating your emotions, going back to the drawing board to do that. Try to fix, where are we thinking about that? How am I thinking about my relationships? You know, so there's, and not only relationships, it's about going back to the board, maybe going to the roots of spirituality. You know, there's a mysticism that's with Pisces, using your intuition, being inspired, you know, going back to the creativity, you know, getting involved in creativity. On that same day, we have a new moon in Aries, and it's a solar eclipse, but not so much of a powerful one. It's a new moon, you know what I mean? And this is happening in your 11th house. So this is a good time to go out and meet some friends. This is a good time to find your tribe, to make your dreams and wishes come true. That's at right at the front. You know, take a spiritual aspect to things. It's also a good time to start really understanding what the give and receiving in love for you is. Do I need to go out there and try to make my case in order to be loved, or do I just attract it? You know, there's a lot of relationship issues going on, and also some spirituality and creating the life that you want. Excellent time to do that. Now on the 30th, Neptune, Pisces ruler, is moving into Aries. So that's a big energy shift there, you know? So now it's kind of like the fire is kind of burning away the mist. You know how like it's foggy in the morning and it's like, oh man, I thought it was going to be nice out today. They said it was going to be sunny. And then you start, you know, you look up at the sky as it gets later in the morning, and you notice that the sky is blue, but that fog is kind of dissipating with that sunlight. That's the way I kind of look at Neptune and Aries, and burning away that illusion, that veil, to sunny and brighter days, you know? All right, so that's a lot that we got to deal with, Gemini. So let's get, before we start the tarot, let's get a message from your guides, angels, gods, and goddesses deck. Let's see what we got. What message do we have for Gemini for this week with all this energy going on, with Mercury being retrograde, going back to the drawing board? What do we need to know? What do we need to be inspired about? What do we need to learn? Is that it right there? You're going to be sneaky like that? Absolutely. Ooh, okay. Angel of Healing. Wow. The angels have felt your sadness and have shown up today to send you healing. Wow. Powerful. Let's read on. Let's read about it. Angel of Healing. Okay. Your angel of healing has felt your sadness and has shown up in your reading today to reflect healing light into your heart. Your angel wishes you to know that you are loved more than you can possibly imagine. Even though you may feel alone and unloved at times, know that you are eternally loved. Whether you feel it or not, you are dearly loved and appreciated by many on the earth plane, as well as in the angelic realm. Close your eyes right now. Place your hand upon your heart and feel the healing light pour through as you feel the presence of your angel. Feel yourself being breathed in support by the universal life force of love, and imagine yourself glowing with light. Talk to your angel. Ask anything you wish. Share anything you wish. You may communicate through writing or simply through thoughts and feelings. Doubt not that your angels exist. You will receive a positive sign or confirmation of some kind in the next few days, which will help you to both trust and believe. That's a fucking that's a great message right there. That's a great reading. I could leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but that is great. Go back and listen to that. You know, put your hand on your heart and listen to the words that we're saying. I tried to go a little slow so you can take it in, but go ahead and rewind it and check it out. Okay. Let's get the vibe for you, Gemini. Let's get the vibe. What do we got? Thank you for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get the vibe. Wow, new beginning. Intuition card, the High Priestess is out. Okay. Wow. All right. Faith. Wow, a lot of Neptune energy here. Neptune. I mean, Pisces energy. Wow, this is very positive. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right. The message is short, sweet, and simple. Have faith this week. Trust your intuition. Let go of the outcome. Don't let your emotions attach to this. You need to let go of your emotions. You need to take your power back. That's what's in the middle of this reading for this week, is the Emperor. The Queen of Cups is, okay, I got this. I'm allowing the universe to wash this over me. I'm not going to drown in my emotions. I got an even keel. I'm going to take action. I'm taking my power back. And I also have to take action here. There's a big thing about taking action. Go forward confidently. Page of Cups is a message coming in. Eight of Wands reiterates that Page of Cups. Again, messages, things moving fast. Could be getting a message about a job. Could be really just being faithful and hopeful that whatever action you take is going to work out. And I say right here with the Ace of Pentacles, it does. Could be hearing about a job, a new opportunity here. This is taking action and receiving, being on the receiving end of it. Okay? Wow. Very fast, very quick. That's incredible. Now, let's get some oracles. What do I keep? All of them. All right. Excuse me. You may have something to say. Yeah, with the Ace of Swords. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Don't be tempted to focus on the mental conflict or allow mental conflict to bother you. This is when you trust your intuition and face your shadow self. It's your shadow coming back up. Surprise, surprise. You know, no. We're going to heal that part of ourselves. It starts with a firm foundation. The earth supports me. I'm not going to let this shake my foundation. See, it's the emotions. It's the mental conflict that needs to go in order for this progress and movement to go forward. And it takes a new point of view. It takes a winning attitude. I've got this. And new beginnings. There's a huge focus on new beginnings here. And destiny kind of stepping in with the Wheel of Fortune. Absolutely. Wow. Unbelievable. Have faith. Trust your intuition. Let go of the, how can I say it? The expectations. Just move forward. Take action. There's a huge, huge message of taking action. That's the only way this is going to work. You just don't sit on your hands and wait. You have to take action. You have to show the universe you're invested in it. Okay. Wow. Oops. Six of Cups. Maybe someone or something coming from the past. Someone coming back in. It's also, taking care of old issues with relationships. Again, everything in balance. Take your time. No rush. Solar plexus. I am confident. I am strong. I can do this. I trust my intuition. I have faith. Open up. Absolutely. Open up to the possibilities. Open your heart. And success and growth. That's all you really need. There's a huge message of success and growth here. I mean, whatever's going on, this is incredible energy. Open up to it. It's all about confidence. It's all about not holding back and, again, taking action. Let's look at love, because there's undertones of love here, of course. We got the Two of Pentacles, so finances may be a problem, being wishy-washy. Usually in love, this is wishy-washy. Yeah, imbalance, stressed out, have faith, trust your intuition. Again, it's all about that, relieving yourself of these burdens. You're definitely moving towards a much lighter energy here, but Aries. I was thinking of Aries energy. Gemini, you really need to understand that you can't be closed off. Don't focus on the details. Just get moving, Again, you're moving to much calmer waters, but your thoughts need to be in line with that. The Nine of Pentacles is showing yourself, yeah, I'm sitting pretty. What am I doing here? I'm very grateful for what's going on. I'm open up to new possibilities. And the Eight of Wands again coming out for messages and relationships. Pay attention to 888. 888 is abundance and prosperity, and this is screaming that here. So even in your relationships, the abundance is overspilling. You just have to stop focusing on this mental conflict here. You need to heal yourself of that, okay? And with all this energy in Pisces, moving back into Pisces, yes, we're going back to the drawing board with that. It's basically a release of emotional energy of some sort. Pain, sorrow, regret, remorse. All right, anything else? Yep, there we go. Okay, got to grab that one on the floor. Wow, denial. And that is the linchpin that needs to be pulled. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. Okay. Abundance. You've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. That's the 888. You can't make this shit up, guys. And soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you. And that is truth. But it's also a message for you to make sure that you love, accept, and respect yourself, because that has the two energies come together for you. All right, so pay attention to that. All right, Gemini, a lot to unpack. But let's get a closing message for you and see what they got. So it's a time for healing, especially emotional issues from the past that you need to face. Take your time, though, because things are working out here. There's also a huge, huge, huge message about abundance coming through, new job, opening up to better possibilities because you're worth it, but you need to take action. Okay? Closing message, connect. You're being asked to connect with others in meaningful ways. Sometimes it's helpful to get new perspectives and simply be around other people. You're in need of this right now, and deep connections will benefit you in many ways. And there's a thing here about connections. Stay connected. Communication and things moving fast is huge this week. So make those connections. Destiny is at work here. Okay? All right, Gemini, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget that the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays. Wednesdays or Thursdays. Hit the bell notification and I'll let you know. Usually I get ahead of myself or I'm a little behind. It's a day later. So what? Personal readings are available already for April. I'm booked up and blocked off for March. So book yours now in April. Things are starting to take off. So get your times in when you can. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page and I will hook you up. All right, Gemini, it's time to heal. It's time to take action. Abundance is yours. Claim it. And I will see you this weekend. Cancer, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Cancer. Happy spring. Spring has sprung, my friends, and I couldn't be happier. Thank God. Big sigh of relief. Is that what we're going to have this week, is a big sigh of relief? I don't think so. It's all in how you look at it, of course. All right, so let's talk about the astrology. We got a action-packed week, I guess we could say. I don't want to be too dramatic about it, God forbid. But let's talk about it. March 27th, Venus, the planet of love that's been retrograde, has moved into Aries. And now, because of its apparent backwards motion, I say apparent because it's really not moving backwards. It just looks like that from our perspective here on the planet. It's moving back into Pisces. So we're revisiting some Piscean issues. What could those be? Well, Pisces is a fellow water sign. So you could be dealing with past loves, feelings about love, disillusionments about love. It also could be a very, very good time to practice spirituality and getting in touch with your true feelings and your intuition and your inspirations. Yeah. So March 29th, a couple days later, Mercury, the planet of communication, which is also retrograde. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got the sunlight coming through on the windows because the universe wants to show you that as dark as it may have been, the light will always win and wash out my camera. But I'm on a roll here, and you know how I am. I really don't want to edit things. So if the light's going to come in, I'm sure it's going to come in at the most opportune times to kind of reiterate our messages. Okay, so Mercury, the planet of communications, is retrograde. Also, that these will end in middle of April, I believe. And that's also going back into Pisces again. So these two planets are moving back into Pisces, back into these issues. Are we communicating by our feelings or relating our feelings? We're almost miscommunicating because we're too emotionally invested in it. There's so many possibilities here. But the big main sway is spirituality and finding that spiritual purpose, going back to the drawing board, revisiting your spirituality, trusting your intuition. Again, relationships can come back into the fray. That's great if they were great, but if they weren't, leave them at the door. On the same day, on the 29th, we're having also a new moon solar eclipse in Aries. So a new beginning, new moon. Again, reiterating the spring equinox, that new time to plant seeds of our desires. We plant these now and nurture them, they will produce, okay? And it's happening in your 10th house of out there, the world, your view of the world. It's time for a new way of looking at the world. Maybe some for you, it's a new job. Maybe it's a time to balance out the work and home thing, getting things done at home, getting things done at work. It's getting things done. It's starting new routines that will last for months. All right. And I know that, it's not really a solar eclipse, but it's still happening. It's kind of partial. I don't even know the totality of it, but it's still a little extra. So that's, where I'm going there. I don't want to red flag. A lot of, astrologers and, spiritual people are doing this solar eclipse portal, stop. So don't worry about that. But this is your view on the world, your view at home, getting things done, again, going back to the drawing board, making a list, being inspired. I think that's the whole thing that we're missing here is get back to being inspired and let the world inspire you. And if you inspire yourself, you'll inspire the world and vice versa. You know what I mean? On the 30th, the next day, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, is moving into Aries. That's a big deal. And what I kind of look at that energy as, do you ever wake up in the summer and it's really foggy? And you're like, wait a minute, I thought it was going to be beautiful out today. They said it was sun, 80 degrees. It's like 60 and it's fucking chilly and it looks like London out here. No offense, London. It's foggy. And then as the morning progresses, you're outside and you kind of look up at the sky and you can see the blue sky. There really isn't clouds. It's almost an illusion. It's the fog hanging in the air. And as the sun increases in strength during that time in the morning, you see the fog start to dissipate. That's the way I look at Neptune moving into Aries. That fire energy is dissipating that Neptunian illusion that it gives. But again, it's a strong push towards spirituality also. All right? Lots of energy to unpack there. Now let's get a message for your guides, from your guides, before we get to the tarot. How about that? This is from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. Oop, there it is. Oh, Angel of Families. The angels surround both you and your family at this moment. Interesting. Let's get the message, shall we? I don't think I ever got that one before. All right, do not worry about your family or loved ones, for all will work out. The angels surround you and your family at this time. Feel their love and light and know that both you and your loved ones are forever held in the eternal embrace of love. Surrender your fears and any concerns you may have for your family, a family member or a loved one, to the angels, and know that the situation is being healed and transformed right away. Wow. Gently close your eyes. Feel and visualize those you love being bathed in light and love. I do this all the time. Imagine beams of love emanating from your heart and mind, infusing and surrounding each family member and loved one with beautiful healing energy. In turn, feel the light and the love they emanate to you in return, and thank the angels for their assistance. Wow, that's great. That's beautiful. Good for you. Your family, both you and your family, are protected by the angels. There it is. You know, again, that 10th house is opposite the 4th, which has to do with family. Don't worry about it. You know, wow, profound message there. Pretty good. Thank you. All right, let's get the vibe for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And what's the vibe for this week? We've got so much going on. Okay. Yeah, look. And the 10 of Pentacles, which has to do with family. I mean, you can't make this up. So a huge emphasis on family. Wow. Inspired action. That's what I see here. Wow. There it is right there. Boom. Wow. Okay. Pages. We've got messages coming in. There's a message here for you, though. You're taking things way too serious, and you need to lighten up. Life is not a struggle. For a short time it is. It's not constant. It's part of life. The seed struggling out of the earth so it can bloom. But you're taking things way too seriously here. But this is really good energy, all right? But the Page of Swords is also getting an idea and getting inspired. Again, you know, just be like throwing caution to the wind. All right, let's do this, you know. The message is, all right, it's time to go forward. Knight of Swords, let's move forward. Communication is key. 2 of Wands, making plans, maybe traveling, okay? Maybe traveling this week or making plans to travel. 3 of Wands is something you've been waiting for, success. And 10 of Pentacles, this is a home, family. This is also job security. This is securing a job. Lots of things going on here, Cancer. That's beautiful energy. It's successful. I'll tell you that right now. Messages coming in. Something you've been waiting for. Interesting. And also you giving messages too. Speaking your truth. Look at that. Look at the power involved in this reading. Spiritual strength. Again, huge focus on spirituality. Taking your power back over the situation you're taking way too seriously. And partnerships and alliances. Again, celebrating with friends, with your family, your vibe tribe. This is people working together to help you in whatever the endeavor is. Whatever the endeavor. Yeah, messages coming through though. So keep up on that. You know what I mean? Don't let messages fall to the wayside. Okay, anything else? Nope. I just made that real clear. Okay. In the meantime, again, letting things prosper and grow, awaiting results, focusing on balance, and embracing the opportunities here. Again, this new moon is in your 10th house of embracing the world, embracing possibilities. That's excellent, Cancer. Very, very successful here. Huge focus on balance. That's for sure. Ooh. All right, what else do we have? We got love coming up. What do we got for love for Cancer? What do we got going on here? Okay. All right. Wow. Yeah, it's time to put this indecisiveness to rest. Focusing on the past, you know, that kind of thing. It's over, done. Let it go. Queen of Swords cuts all cords. Again, communication is key. Communication is key. And Seven of Cups, making a decision. The best and highest for you, of course, empowering yourself. Pay attention to threes. Do we have threes here? Yeah, we do. 3, 3, 3. There's growth involved in this. And Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're stressing about. I don't know. Choose you, babe. You're taking things way too seriously. Just have some fun, will you? You're growing here. You're finding out that life doesn't have to be so fucking serious. And again, I think we talked about this before. Relationships shouldn't be so fucking difficult. That's not the other people making them difficult. That's you. You have to understand that and accept that. And it'll change everything for you. Really, it will. Trust me. All right. Let's get some more messages of love, shall we? Anything else? Okay. Patience. Everything will unfold in divine timing. Awaiting results. Don't freak out. Warning, don't dismiss the red flags here. You're trying to meddle with the process and let the process unfold. Time apart, some distance will help bring clarity. So again, you've got to distance yourself from some of this. You know what I mean? It will help. This energy is too good. It's a good week. So don't sit in this. Your family is protected. It's a good time here. Growth is involved in whatever the situation this is. May be necessary. Okay. Closing message. Pivot. Absolutely. Sometimes when things aren't falling into place after trying and trying, it's time to ask yourself if pivoting in some way may be a good idea so that your life can flow more easily and effortlessly. How could you pivot even just a little bit? I say pivot from, all right, I'm being way in my head about this, and I'm going to open up to opportunities here and not pass things up. And time heals all wounds. Myself and I are protected, and in the process, you grow. To learn a little patience in all of this, you know what I'm saying? All right, Cancer. This looks like good energy, though. Good energy. Very successful. All right, just make it happen. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Personal readings are blocked off until the second week in April, but start booking yours now because I'm all booked up, baby. All right, you pivot a little bit. You get out of this energy, which isn't bad, man. I mean, it's just, you're waiting for messages, you're waiting for clarification, and it comes. And now you've got to decide to move forward. It's something you've been waiting for. And don't forget, the angels are protecting you and your family. That's a huge message, and that will probably help you move forward, okay? Good times had by all. All right, I will see you, Cancer. I love you so much, and I will see you on a weekend. Leo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th, so welcome, Leo. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Absolutely. We got some stuff going on this week. It could be a little wonky, could be a little fun. It's all in how we interpret it, okay? So let's start with the astrology first. March 27th, Venus, the planet of love, it's been retrograde, is moving out of Aries and back into Pisces. So we're just backing up a little bit here. And that has to do with all things love and feelings and, Mercury retrograde and then, moving back into Pisces is kind of like, it's very emotional. It could be very emotional, going over emotional issues. It's just an emotional time. March 29th, a few days later, Mercury, the planet of communication that's been retrograde, it also moves into Pisces. So we've got these two planets in there, back in the same signs. And again, Mercury is, about communication, about where are my feelings? Am I communicating my feelings right? It's like going back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? But it's also very emotional. On that same day, there's a new moon in Aries. Now, it's also a solar eclipse. It's not like a solar eclipse, the grand solar eclipse. It's not like that at all. It's like a partial or something. I don't even know really the totality of it. It's very minimal. But it still has an effect, of course. This is a longer affecting energy, normally than 30 days as a new moon would be, from new to full or whatnot. And it's in Aries, a fellow fire sign. So this may be a little bit more harmonious for us. And it's happening in our 9th house of long distance travel. Looking at things from a new lens. It's higher education. It's spiritual. And with that Pisces energy, there's more spiritual energy involved in it too. And going back to that. It's short and long distance trips. It's publishing. It's all of that. It's philosophies. It's looking at the way that you think. It's higher ideals. It's pretty grand. It's a spiritual experience. And this is a new moon, so this is an excellent time to get a new way of looking at things, a better spiritual approach, going back to the drawing board and saying, all right, what do we need to do? I think it's very prevalent because I am traveling to Texas that week to walk my daughter down the aisle. So, that 9th house, and she's a Pisces, and all this retrograde energy is moving back into Pisces. I see it all lining up for me here, so it's just like, okay. But it could also, it also has to do with brothers and sisters. And I'm flying down there with my sister, yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but it's good energy. It's a new way of looking at things. And because all of this is going to be in emotional Pisces, I hope I'm not an emotional wreck. I know I'm going to be. I'm going to blubber like a baby. I just hope I can make it down the aisle, without bawling my eyes out. Did you ever see, what is that one movie where, they're getting married and the mother's crying so hard that they can't even hear their vows? What movie is that? Oh, she's just sobbing. It's like a Spanish mom. What movie is that? I don't know if that's is it Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield? Man, that was a great movie. Anyway, so you gotta laugh, man. But this new moon is very powerful in our 9th house of travel and just, maybe you're thinking about going back to school, learning something new. This is higher aspirations. The 9th house is inspiration and gets you ready for the 10th, which is putting it out into the world. All right. So Leo, very profound week for us. let's get a message from our guides. This is from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. So let's see what the message is. Well, let's cover up that boob. Angel of Expression. Speak your truth and express yourself clearly. Okay. The 9th house is about communication. It's opposite the third house of communication. So again, express yourself clearly. Maybe the emotions are the things that get in the way. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. So it's all about expressing yourself this week. That's the message. I'm going to turn the card over because I don't need to get violated for cartoon boobs. You know what I mean? If I'm going to get violated for something, it's going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Not for cartoon boobs. Okay. Isn't it silly? Silly, silly, silly. Jeez, we're so uptight. Me and you. All right, let's get the vibe, Leo, shall we? Let's see what this new moon brings. It's all about expression so far. Okay. All right. Ooh. Anything else? Ooh. All right. Let me grab that card really quick. I need to stretch. Absolutely need to stretch. I should be stretching before I do this. All right. Leo, we got this. Do we? Let's see. This is interesting. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is the way it's supposed to be. Okay. I wasn't sure. All right. This is what we got. 4 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. Don't turn your back on opportunities this week. Please don't do that. Please don't sit in an emotional shoulda, woulda, coulda. You see how this is already starting to come into fruition here? This could be Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde. Abso-fucking-lutely. Represented in both these cards. And the number 4, because they're both 4, they're both retrograde. You see what I'm saying? The 4 of Cups, don't turn your back on opportunities. See, this person, this girl is really, just, because all her bowls are empty. And I call that shoulda, woulda, and coulda. And she's so steeped in the pissed offness that her bowls are empty, that she's not realizing that there's one always full. So her perception is off. The 4 of Pentacles is holding back. And the 4 of Pentacles is like holding back expression, holding back your abundance. This is emotional, Venus, and this is material, Mercury, mercurial, I should say. Because holding back, you could see she's covering up the chakras of expression. Now, it gives you the solution here, both represented by the moon. Yes, they're full moons, but it's lunar energy. Lunar energy is emotional energy. The moon puts a lot of uncertainty, which makes you shoulda, woulda, coulda, which makes you hold back. Emotions make you feel this way. Again, Venus and Mercury are going back into an emotional sign, so it's time to review this, because retrogrades are a time to really look at this, Leo, and go, all right, I can't sit in this shitty fucking energy, not this week. I'm not going to let my emotions bring me down. Look at the emotions are just sinking right to the bottom. Now, the opportunity, the Empress with the moon in the background. Take your power back. Empower yourself. Speak your truth. Express yourself in the most grandiose way you can without looking like an asshole, because us Leos can really make ourselves look like class A assholes because of that Leo energy, that ego up front. Ego should not be involved in any of this. Empowering yourself is going, I deserve to enjoy myself. I'm not going to let this get me down, because whatever this is from the past. The Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups, excellent energy for the outcome. Surrender. Trust the universe. Trust your intuition, not your emotions. Ace of Cups, it's a new beginning for you. New beginning. Self-love, maybe a new beginning. Now, let's do some oracles. Let's do some oracles, shall we? Oracle time. So you see how this is going? This is about expression. About expression and how we're going to express ourselves. Ace of Cups, fill your cup first. Empowerment. This week is about empowerment for you. Okay? And not holding back. But, oh, well, that's weird. I wonder if I should do that. I wonder if I should mix those decks. They would be impossible. But I'm going to go with this. We're going to keep that right there. That my cards never, I got them in beautiful, nice little stacks on the left to me. And I always make sure that the cards are in their right order. This one popped out. I'm going to save that. That's a little bonus. Okay. Yeah. The Hangman. Sacrifice. Let go of this stuck mentality. Again, the 9th house is giving you a new way of looking at things. Venus and Mercury retrograde are going back to the drawing board. How can I get rid of the emotional attachment to this? Stand your ground. That means put up some boundaries with yourself also and with other people. Again, don't hold back. Recognition and reward absolutely comes when you focus on victory and success. This is a very positive reading for you. Okay, now let's uncover this card. The fucking Emperor. Take the lead. The Emperor and the Empress here. Could also be an indication of a relationship coming in, because let's not mince words here. Ace of Cups. That's a new love. Wouldn't that be great? You met somebody of equal status. Wouldn't that be fucking fantastic? Yes, it would be. But that's not happening if we're in this. I'll tell you that right now. That's the card of, nope, I'm not open to love. No, I'm shutting down. You know what I'm saying? There is a word here of boundaries. So be aware of that. You got to have boundaries. Now let's get some more. There we go. Wow. Okay. Release what no longer serves you. Detach from your emotions. There's a huge thing. Do not let your emotions get to you. Do not hold your emotions back. You release them. Sacral chakra. You deserve some joy in your life. There's a lot of orange here. See the orange? The orange all centered here. That also, you want to know where this comes from. This is childhood issues also. So you may be releasing some childhood issues here. And rest and reconsider with the Hermit. Trust your intuition. 3, 6, 9. You're manifesting something here. Look at that. 3, 6, 9. I'm telling you guys, something's at work here, Leo. Can you feel it? Maybe you can't feel it now. Maybe you need to open up to it. You're holding back. All right, so let's look at love, because I believe it's love. That's what I do. I mean, I believe it's love. I got a strong feeling. Okay. I wouldn't say feeling. It's a strong intuition. Holy shit. All right. Oh my God. You can't make this up, man. We got the 4 of Pentacles out again. Pay attention to 444. Okay? Holding back. Now, this is the relationship section. Holding back. It's time to try something different in our love life. Putting in the dedicated effort to open up to love, to really see it for what it is. And then look at this. This is incredible. Where do I even start? Wow. Lots of change here. Six of Wands, celebrating. That's usually engagement. Four of Wands is a wedding. I mean, celebrating. Family, it's a wedding. Three of Cups, celebrating. Wow. And 10 of Cups. Wow. Release your emotional attachments. Empower yourself. That's incredible. That is incredible. Leo, single Leos, could you possibly meet somebody you would marry? Would you do that again? I mean, I fucking wouldn't do that. I'm not getting married again. I mean, it would take, it would have to be, holy shit, would that have to be the most outstanding person, motherfucker on the planet to make me want to get married again? Hell to the no. But I'm also walking my daughter down the aisle this week. I mean, there it is. Could you be walking down the aisle? Could you be opening yourself up to doing that again? I mean, I cringe when I think about it, but that's me personally. All right, pay attention to these messages of love. Stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. Again, there's something here. The Empress and the Emperor together, and this Emperor card came out of a wrong deck, and I don't even know how it got in there, because that card wasn't in Aries reading, which I just did prior to yours. So what the fuck? Something's up here. This relationship can stand the test of time. The 10 of Cups clarifies that. The 6 and the 4 of Wands. I mean, that's a long-lasting relationship. Friendship. This friendship is leading to more. Could it be somebody that you already know? What is this? Interesting. And twin flame. This is a divine counterpart connection. I gotta pay attention. Pay attention, Leo. Something's at work here. I mean, that's incredible energy. And if you're not feeling this, it's time to release all this, because this is incredible. That's a beautiful, beautiful reading. Let's get a closing message. Wow. Ask for help. You're being asked to request help from another. You don't need to deal with this issue alone. There are many people who want to help you. That's definitely here. But it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. Again, holding back. Express yourself. Speak your truth and express yourself clearly. But it's up to you to bravely ask for their support. It's a sign of strength to reach out. Do that today. That's another message on top of all this, but it's basically reiterating the beginning. Express yourself in a loving, beautiful way. This is beautiful energy. Step into it. Let the universe guide you. There is a strong indication that don't let your emotions guide the conversation. It serves you well, but it can also be your downfall. Don't hold back, but express in a loving way. A new approach to this, and opening up again to beautiful relationships, a focus on family and friends, a celebrating, opening up to that. Something. Fate, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is stepping in here. All right, Leo. Holy shit, man. I'm excited. Let me know in the comments, okay? All right, Leo, that's going to do it for this week. I love you all. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, we got the new reading format. Let me know how you like that, okay? And the freaking weekend is posted on Thursdays. And then we'll go over the weekend vibes. All right, personal readings are available in April, second week in April. I'm kind of off schedule right now. I'm kind of booked up and blocked off. So, second week in April, you can start. Go ahead and book yours now. Leo, enjoy yourself. Something is at work here. I think the love bug is coming in. So you better watch out And if he ever gets you, gonna scream and shout. He says, hidey, 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 ho. That's what love is all about. You remember that from the Little Rascals? Leo, have a great fucking week. I love you all, and I will see you. Virgo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Virgo. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for being here. Hope you are enjoying spring. It started. Here we go. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let's talk about the astrology, all right? We got some things going on. Okay, March 27th. Venus has been retrograde, okay? So it looks like, from our view on the Earth, it looks like it's going backwards, but it's not. We're just catching up, speeding up. You know, there's a lot of cosmic jive going on. But our perspective, it looks like that planet is traveling backwards. And Venus has made its ingress, or its move, into Aries. Just picture this line as the dividing line between Pisces and Aries. It's moved into Aries. Well, now it's retrograding and going back into Pisces. So we're back to the drawing board with some emotional issues that we have. Pisces is about emotions, about inspiration. It also has to do with creativity, delusion and illusion and fantasy. It also has to do with spirituality. So this is a time of review. You know, retrogrades are a time to go back to the drawing board. Let's rewrite this. Let's review this. Let's redo this in some way. So we might be, you know, and Venus is the planet of love, so we might be going over relationship issues. You know, exes may be coming back, you know. Now on the 29th, Mercury, your ruler, has been retrograde, so that's kind of been tough, you know. And it also has ingressed into Aries, but now it's going back into Pisces as well. So again, these two planets are working together almost in a place of, let's review this. Are we speaking out of emotion? Are we letting our emotions get to us? And how can we be inspired to vibe higher in that respect? Not only that, on the 29th, but same day, we're having a new moon in Aries, okay? And that is shining some light on your 8th house of healing. So this is a great time to do some healing emotionally. And it's a great time to set that in motion. And it's also a solar eclipse. It's not as powerful as the solar eclipses usually are, but it is an eclipse. So therefore, it's still a little extra. So it's really pushing you to release some of this emotional energy and what's holding you back. All right, so pay attention to that. You know, it may be just a time for you to heal. You know what? I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to release these emotions, and I'm going to heal myself. Perfect time to do that, Virgo. All right, let's get to the message of the week for you from your guides. And this is Goddess of Knowledge. Start to apply what you already know and trust your intuition. Pisces is a very intuitive sign, the most intuitive out of the zodiac, I believe. And you can really use that. You know, start to apply what you already know. You don't need to search for any more answers. You have them inside of you. And now it's time to apply that. You're going to talk the talk. You're going to walk the walk. You know, that may be part of your healing journey in this new moon experience. You know, the new moon in Aries is, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And there's an energy that's like, well, let's be in an emotional spot to be able to do it first before we start going nuts, you know. But either way, it's about healing. That's the main focus, okay? So, let's get to the meat of it, shall we? Let's get the vibe for you, Virgo. You know, that lunar eclipse was in your sign. I'm still sure you're reeling from it. You know, a lot of things were brought to light. And now we're starting to apply the knowledge that we have inside of us and to go ahead and do that. And trusting your intuition. You know what? Now that I think about it, I didn't elaborate on the Goddess of Knowledge. Let's do that. I didn't read it out of the book. Damn. Well, I'm glad I caught it before it was too late. Yeah, we need a little bit more knowledge, Jeff. All right. Some 2,005 years ago, Plato, the great ancient Greek philosopher, wrote, all learning is simply recollection. While study is important, remember also that all truly you need to know is inside you. The goddess of knowledge has appeared in your reading today to encourage you to start to put all that wonderful knowledge that you already possess to good use. You do not need to do further courses or obtain further certificates or accreditation in order to be effective in the work you would like to do. Simply start doing it now. Start to apply what you already know and trust your intuition. Focus on love and light and ask the universe to guide you. When your intentions and motivations are driven by love, the universe and the goddess of knowledge will help you act in the best interests of all concerned. Make that move to heal. There could be a lot of you deciding to become a healer and to go down this avenue of spirituality and wellness and all of that. And I say, welcome. We need more healers. So if you've been inspired to do that, Virgo, I'd start making plans. All right, let's get the vibe for you. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe. Let's get the vibe, everybody. Okay. All right. Simple and straightforward. I think our readings have been like that lately. Yeah. There it is. All right. Page of Pentacles. Message could be coming through for you. Helps this progress. It's a great time to move on and release your burdens. The Ten of Wands is showing this. Definitely moving forward, making that change. Page of Pentacles is be patient with your process. You may be getting a message also that will help alleviate the Five of Swords here, which is worry. I think you're getting out of that. You're healing the worry. I release my fear, doubt, and worry. I replace it with love, joy, and peace. The Queen of Swords says, I speak my truth. I'm going to say what I got to say, and I'm moving forward. The Knight of Cups brings an offer here. So there's messages and offers coming in. And the Ten of Wands is the crux of this whole reading. It's moving forward and not with all this baggage. You're finally ready to do that. Apply that knowledge. Trust your intuition. Don't worry about things. Make it happen. Okay? Be practical. Because all that Pisces energy coming back in, revisiting that energy could make you very impractical. And you start to, self-delude yourself, So don't do that. Okay? Just be aware of that could pop up. But this is a time for healing. And there's no effing doubt about it. Okay. Heartache and loss, yeah, let's enough of that. You need to have hope. Feet on the ground. I've got hope. Partnerships and alliances, Three of Cups. So this is celebrating. This is coming together. This is, you don't have to do this alone. And you're going to be celebrating with your family and all of that. All right, let's get some more oracles. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, the Three of Cups is out again. Could be going on with friend groups, could be releasing something that happened with friends. Message coming in, maybe apologies, something like that. Something definitely needs to be said. Yeah. This is great energy, and you should really, again, listen to your intuition. Huge message for this week. Simply love, Six of Cups. Somebody could be coming back into the fray. I know, but... And then we have the Three of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Open up. Don't close yourself off. Open up to the possibilities here. 3, 3, 3 is growth. Pay attention to that. Damn. Virgo, I love that. Let's get relationships. There it is. Is that it? Just a little bit more. For some reason, things are moving at a fast pace. All of a sudden, this reading is like sped up. Weird. All right, yeah, another 3. So there's growth in releasing this heartache and loss that you have felt. 3, 3, three. And it has to do with maybe, you've fallen out with some friends. And I think it's time to move forward. You're not stuck, especially when it comes to love. You're not stuck. Your thoughts are, and that needs to change. You need to let down your defenses in order for this to work. Apply the knowledge, listen to your intuition. And you got to make a choice here. Choose, and choose wisely. And it'll be successful. The Chariot shows movement, maybe some travel for some of you, but definitely moving out of this. I think you just say enough. You learn that if in order to be successful in relationships, I've got to let the past go. Stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. Yes, it can, if you open up to it. Past life love. Your soul remembers this intense connection. For some of you, there could be somebody coming back from the past. Maybe that's what you're hung up on and you're finally letting it go. Please let it go if it no longer serves you, really, Virgo. And second chance. Okay. All right. This relationship deserves a second chance. That Venus retrograde and that Mercury retrograde bring back, but I'm past relationships. But if it caused you stress, don't go back to it. Apply the knowledge that you already know. You know this person. If they're not going to change, you got to really make a choice here. Trust your intuition. But the offers are definitely coming through here. You just need to open up to them. And some you're just letting go. And that is fucking progress. All right, Virgo. Damn. Let's get a closing message for you. It's a time of healing. It's a time to let past relationships finally heal and release the burden of it. It just seems like it's just got you messed up, Check in. When you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in with how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier? Excited or filled with dread? Virgo, pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. Now, there has been a huge thing about trusting your intuition. You're very intuitive. You're going to have these epiphanies that are going to open you up to heal and finally move forward. In the next 3 months, you won't even recognize yourself. I guarantee it. That I guarantee. And I think by April, you'll already start to see the results of it. And good, because the threes are showing growth for you. And that's all that matters, Virgo. So move forward with love and move forward with the universe working in your favor. And you'll be successful at this, really. All right, Virgo, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend will be posted on Thursdays to see how that weekend vibe is going. And leave a comment. Let me know how this resonates with you. And just say, I'm open to love. I release my past. And don't forget, personal readings are available, but booking is going to start. Booking is on hold right now until the second week in April. But start booking now, because when I put a pause on things, there's a big bum rush to get some readings done. Get yours in. The link is in the description, and I will hook you up. Virgo, have a great week. Trust your intuition. That's the big message this week, and I will see you on the weekend. Libra, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Libra. Hope you're doing well. Happy spring. Loving it, loving it, loving it, and I hope you are too. It's going to be that time of year where I'm going to tell you in almost every reading, if you can, get outside and ground. That's one of the first things we really need to do. When was the last time that our skin touched the earth, that we made contact with it? Not with our shoes, take those off. Not with your socks, because those are lined with fucking, I'm sure, with some kind of synthetic material. Okay, take those off. I know the ground is cold and it's slushy, but once you put your feet in that ground, you will say, oh, Jeff, I get it now. And it's very important. I want all of you to make it a point to at least once a day get outside and ground. Even if it's raining. You don't have to do it that long. I'm not saying you got to do it for half an hour or an hour. I mean, if you got the time, I got the rhyme. You know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, if you can, great. I mean, when I would, in the summer or when it's nice out, I would leave the center after I'm done for the day. And that's one of the first things I would do. I would put all my stuff in my house. I would fucking put on my, my day clothes or whatever you want to call it and get barefoot and go outside and just lay on the grass until my body and my intuition told me, all right, you're ready. And then I'd come in and record readings, but that is something that I miss doing and I need it. And when we had that first really good warm day here, I went outside and did that, and my body was just in such response to it. It was unbelievable. So make sure that you practice that. So let's talk about the astrology, Libra. All right. So March 27th, Venus has been retrograde and has moved into Aries. Now it's retrograding back into Pisces. That's a big energy shift. And what that means is that love issues of all kinds, loving ourselves, all of that, not being so hard on ourselves, is moving back into Pisces. Pisces is a very emotional sign. It has to do with our emotional makeup, illusion, things other than what it seems. Going back to the drawing board with that and releasing that energy. Maybe it's going back to the drawing board to get more creative and finding creative solutions to what's going on in our lives. Now, on March 29th, Mercury, that has been retrograde, is moving also back into Pisces. So again, are we communicating how we feel? Are we letting the universe know what dreams may come? You know what I mean? Because in April, all of this energy starts to move forward. So it's one last push to get it right, to go back to the drawing board. No rush. Don't be hard on yourself. Just open up to some possibilities. Get inspired. Okay. Now, on that same day, we're having a new moon solar eclipse. It's not a big solar eclipse, but it's a little extra. So nothing to freak out about. And this is all in your relationship house of the seventh house. So relationships, emotional issues come to light. New opportunities for relationships because this is a new moon. And also a relationship with yourself. If it's one thing I could say for you, Libra, for this week is go easy on yourself. Okay? It's time to start speaking nicely to yourself. It's time to be in sync with the real you. It's time to be in sync with all your relationships. This is a huge focus on spirituality also, and your relationship with the divine and, the universe. Pretty inspiring because that's what Pisces is. It's inspiring. So, all right. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right. Let's get a message. Okay. That first one that popped out, of course. Let's get a message from your guides, Libra. This is the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck, and this is what they got to say. Goddess of the Earth. You can't make this shit up. An idea connected to imagination, creativity, and nature is coming your way. All right. I'm going to put the card face down because, cartoon boobs get you kicked off of YouTube. And we don't want that. All right. What is it? Goddess of the Earth. Grounding. We were just talking about that. Can't make this shit up. Did I say that? I mean, wow. I love that. Where is it? Why are you being elusive? There it is. Okay. The energy of Gaia, the spiritual goddess of the earth, is strong within you at present. She reflects the fertile ground of your imagination and the infinite power of creativity that you possess. This is a good time to use your imagination and express yourself creatively. Keep an open heart and mind. You will receive an idea over the coming days or weeks that will lead you to an abundant and fulfilling way of life. This idea is somehow connected to imagination, creativity, and nature. Over the coming days, It would be beneficial to relax, spend time in nature, and absorb her healing and fertile energies. You cannot make this shit up, guys. Gaia will help to ground you and keep you balanced. In the near future, she will also inspire you to devise ingenious ways to market your idea. Damn. I made a huge emphasis on talking about grounding. I haven't done that for any of the signs yet. But for some reason, I was inspired to go there with grounding with you. And then you get that card of grounding to have this idea. There's a new dawn coming for you, Libra. But just get barefoot and get on the ground. You know, it's scientifically proven that within minutes, I'm not exactly sure how many, but minutes, not hours, being connected to the ground, laying on the grass, putting your feet in the grass, on the mud, not on the concrete, on the ground, changes your entire blood chemistry. Google that shit. It lowers cortisol. It regulates your heart. Do you know that our heart and the rhythm of the earth is at the same hertz? That's what the Schumann resonance is. It's fucking incredible, isn't it? We're all connected. And you can't deny it. And the more you call yourself separate, the more out of sync you get. Remember that, Libra, because it's all about balance for you. All right, let's get the vibe for you this week. And that is good enough. Look at that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Boom. Boom, chicka boom, boom. And that's exactly what it is. Look at this. God damn. All right. The sun's in the middle here. Shine as brightly as the sun. The sun doesn't ask permission to shine, it just fucking does. And that should be your motto for this week, no matter what's going on here, okay? But as you can see, we've got at the end 3 cards here that are all swords and all looking pretty grim, okay? We've got these cards, which are mostly pentacles, which is all about earth and grounding. An opportunity here. Page of Pentacles, I mean, that's grounding. That's a message coming through, an opportunity through being grounded. You have a choice here. It's time to release this. This is what you probably are in right now. The 3 of Swords is heartache, loss, all of that. 9 of Swords is anxiety. You need some sleep. And 7 of Swords is either letting other people affect you. Don't feel like you've been robbed of anything. There's a victim mentality here for some of you that just doesn't fit. And that's why you need to get grounded. That's why, I mean, this person's barefoot on the ground. Okay? Don't let your thoughts deceive you. It's time to burn that shit away. Opportunity comes. Ace of Pentacles, more opportunity. 4 of Wands is celebrating. A lot of you Libras could be moving or get an opportunity to move, maybe for a job. You know, you haven't heard of anything. This is just keeping a positive. Either way, this card is a positive card. And that's what you have to do. This week, stay positive, grounded. Release this into the earth so you can experience this. This is a great week if you choose. All right? Interesting. Very cut and dry here. So don't stress out. You know, anxiety is just excitement on the same scale. It's just that when you let go of trying to anticipate what the future is going to bring, because you don't know, the only thing you can do is shine as brightly as the sun now, so you can get those opportunities. So instead of being anxious, say, instead of me worrying about what's going to happen here, I'm going to get excited because I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that the universe is going to make it the best I possibly can. And boom, there you go. Now you're excited and you change the energy of it. Okay. A lot of you are trapped in fear. You can see that clearly. It's time to take your power back and emotionally withdraw from this. Getting out again on the ground instead of sitting in this. Interesting. Interesting. It's just about you shining, baby. That's all it is you shining. Okay, yeah, I knew this, and I should have said it out loud because it would have made me look like a fucking genius. I said, I know we're going to get more 4s and 8s. That's going to be Libra's numbers. And here we are. Oh my God. All right. Ooh, look at the sun's just coming through and just totally washed me out. And I did not know that I thought I hit. All right. So anyway, I was saying, I bet you your numbers are going to be 4 and 8. And here they are. The Empress is out with taking your power back, shining as brightly as the sun, helpless and hopeless, trapped in fear. You can relieve this by emotionally withdrawing from it. 888, abundance, opening up to abundance. And 4, joy and stability. You can have joy and stability when you take your power back. 4, 4, 4. And you'll be celebrating. You see how that all fits together? That's brilliant. Okay, let's get some love. Is that what it is? Is this a relationship issues? Okay. Let's see. Let's get some love for Libra and see what's going on here. That's all they wanted me to do, huh? Okie dokie. Yeah. Okay. All right. So things may have gotten wonky. Things may be out of place here. You know, you may be there's some uncertainty going on here. You gotta release this. It's deception in some way, shape, or form, self or others. And the 5 of Swords is, I'm not worrying about it. I'm moving forward. Okay. I'm really not doing it. I mean, it's a choice. Take your power back. You just keep doing you, boo. There's a huge message here, guys, about not sweating this. This is all like your mind's just going crazy, or someone's filling your head with some shit. You know what I mean? Or the situation could be just that, and you decide, well, I'm going to focus on, I'm taking my power back. I don't need to have this anymore. You know what I mean? Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. So move forward gracefully. Chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. So when you focus on this, you'll have that. Don't let your mind is really messing with you right now, and it's time to alleviate that. The Sun. Apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. That may be happening also. Page of Pentacles does bring in a message, and maybe that's what alleviates all of this, and you find out that you were creating these scenarios in your head. There really feels like a weird, unstable energy there, Libra, okay? But the energy here, and again, it's a choice to just empower yourself and just move forward. That's it, okay? All right, let's get a closing message for you. All right, what do we got? Pause. You're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at all the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. Interesting. Let's not be hasty. Let's not do things, like the 7 of Swords has us do things way too quick. You've got the opportunity to do it. You just need to take your time. The uncertainty is going to make you kind of, and the retrogrades going back into Pisces are going, listen, whoa. Let's get this right first. But I mean, with all of this, it's a choice. That's basically what it is taking your power back over the situation and just enjoying yourself. Okay. So this could be work related stuff. I'm thinking it's just relationships in general. And that's what the whole focus on is on this week with this new moon is relationships with yourself and others. So make sure that you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's with that. All right. Okay, Libra, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the freaking weekend is posted on Thursdays. I hope you enjoy the new reading format. Leave a comment saying I claim this reading. And personal readings are available in April. I'm all booked up, but start booking yours now so we don't have this queue, okay? Link in the description will hook you up. All right, Libra, take it easy. Shine as bright as the sun. And there's opportunities coming for you guys. So I don't want you to sit in this because you won't see them manifest later on. All right, Libra, love you all. And I will see you this weekend. Scorpio, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Scorpio. Hope you are doing well. Spring has sprung, and I couldn't be happier. I love spring. I love summer. And prove me wrong. Why I shouldn't. I think everybody does. I think there's something wrong with somebody if they're like, oh, you know what? I don't really like it. What do you like then? The fall and the winter when everything's dead? I love to be around thriving energy. You know what I mean? It's just the way I am. But you know what? We got to take the light and the dark and the bad, good and the bad. It's the way it goes, Scorpio. I think you can really relate to that more than most of the signs in the Zodiac. That's for sure. You got that dark kind of sinister self here. Yeah, you know. All right, so let's talk about the astrology this week. We got a lot of energy going on, okay? And let's get to it. March 27th, Venus, the planet of love, has been retrograde. And it has moved into Aries, but now it's moving back into Pisces. So we're revisiting Piscean themes. Water, same fellow water sign. Didn't know where I was going with that. So it's emotional issues, you know, inspiration. We need to get inspired. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's go back to the beginning, you know. Could be revisiting old loves. That's great if they were worth coming back to. If it's same old dirtbag Daryl shit, ain't gonna happen. Now, the 29th, Mercury, the planet of communication and movement, has been retrograde. So things have been a little stalled, you know. Communications have been, you know, we're kind of waiting. Well, that's moved into Aries, and now it's moving back into Pisces. So we got these two energies going back into Pisces, bringing up these themes. Am I being too emotionally involved when I communicate? Am I letting my emotions affect my communication? And so on and so forth, okay? Now, on the same day, we have a new moon solar eclipse, and this isn't a major solar eclipse, so easy on that, but it's still a little extra. But it's a new moon in Aries, signifying that spring equinox time. The sun moved into Aries, now the moon has moved into Aries. And this gives us an excellent time to plant the seeds of our desires. And this is happening in your 6th house of routine. So this is a huge focus for you on new ways of diet and exercise. Huge focus for you, okay? And it's time to do something about it. It's a perfect time to do something about it. And it's really easy. You want to know how? Inbox me, okay? I'll let you know a couple secrets. It's not really secrets, you know, and I've been saying this for a while, but I want to start being able to motivate people in that sense of changing your routine and your diet, because if I can do it, so can you. And I didn't think you could teach this old dog any tricks, but oh boy, have I learned some new ones. Okay. Now, it's also about trimming the fat out of your routine. How many hours are you doom scrolling? How many hours are you just sitting there, you know, watching TV? How about changing the routine? And what is keeping you from changing that routine? Because the 6 is opposite the 12th house in astrology. And the 12th house is mental What's going on behind the scenes there? What's stopping you from being motivated to do something and make a change in your routine? Okay? It's time to get things done. And it's an excellent time to do it. All right? Now, the next day, on the 30th, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, is moving into Aries. And the way I look at this is Neptune is a fog on a summer day. And you wake up and you go, wait a minute, I thought it was going to be a beautiful warm day out. And it's chilly and it's foggy. And you're like, shit. So now you're uncertain. You really don't know. Damn. Could have swore you look on your phone. Sunny. Wait a minute, what? And as the morning goes by, you go outside, you look at the sky and like, wow, there really isn't clouds there. I see the sun, it's blue sky. And the sun gradually burns all that fog, that veil away to unleash the beautiful day that was promised. That's the way I look at Neptune moving into Aries, is the fog being lifted, that fire energy burning that fog away and exposing everything that's there. And also, all this energy is divinely spiritual. So connect with that, maybe getting more spiritual in your daily routine, meditation, and so on. So Scorpio, it's a big, profound time for us all, including you. All right? Okay, so let's get a message from your guides. There it is. Ooh, I like this. I've never gotten this card before. Angel of Communication. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Are you ever afraid to tell it like it is? Let's elaborate on that, shall we? I never got that card. It's interesting to see what it has to say. Not a bad message, Scorpio. Yeah. Not a bad message at all. Not a bad message at all. Okay, where the fuck is that? Okay, still looking. Still looking. What is this, alphabetical order? What the fuck's going on here? Get the Angel of Communication. Communicate what page it's on. Oh, there it is. All right. One of your major lessons, Scorpio, in this lifetime is to learn to communicate what you want clearly. You assume that those around you know what you want and how you feel. Yet the truth is they don't. Because of your failure to communicate honestly and clearly, those around you often end up confused or, at best, having to guess what is it that you want, feel, or expect. Do not be afraid to say it like it is. You cannot lose anything by simply stating your truth. You do not need to blame or accuse others in order to speak your truth. Just state your case clearly. Underlying this whole issue is a fear of not being accepted or not gaining the approval of others, and therefore you often are afraid to speak up. Know that Know that it is an act of love unto yourself and others to communicate clearly, lovingly, and honestly. The Angel of Communication is here to help you work through this issue. Through this process, you will honor and empower yourself and gain much respect and love from others. Damn. Communicate it, Scorpio. Maybe that's what you need to do, is start making a daily habit of saying what you mean and meaning what you say, instead of assuming that people are going to know what you're talking about or thinking about because you're not talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. But with Mercury retrograde going back into Pisces, this is exactly how that works. Angel of Communication. All right. Scorpio, let's get the vibe for the week, shall we? Let's do this. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let's get the vibe. Let's get the vibe, Scorpio, for the week. Playing all your favorite hits. What do I keep? The Three of Wands. Okay. Anything else? Nope. Okay. All right. Wow, and wow. Yeah. Exactly what I was saying. Wow, this is good. Okay, wow. It's just like that. Okay. You got some anxiety going on here. You're unsure. It's time to let that go. Get excited. King of Swords cuts all cords. I'm going to communicate effectively. This is how you do it. You look at the broad perspective of everything. You're being very reflective and spiritual, and that's going to serve you. Something you've been waiting for is on its way, but you have to believe with the Nine of Pentacles that you deserve it. And the Three of Cups is celebrating, an emphasis on friends and families also. Okay? Communication is key. Don't freak out. Communicate. And then things open up. That's beautiful energy, Scorpio. Something you've been waiting for. Interesting. Already got 2 sets of 3s and 2 sets of 9s. So let's see if they square off. And to become a prompt. Okay, there's power. That wanted to come out. What else? Is that it? Yep. Okay. You need a different way of looking at things. Again, this is communication. These are thoughts. Mental conflict. Again, don't know what to say. You know exactly what to say. Stop suffering in silence. That's 9. 999 is that you're almost there. But communicate and take your power back. You're strong enough to say what you need to say. Wow, that's a very specific message for some of you Scorpios, but I think you can relate. All right. Let's get some more oracles. Let's see what they got to say. So pay attention to 999. Look that up. That's saying you're almost there. 9's almost to the 10 to the payoff. Anything else? What else do we need for Scorpio this week to guide us, to let us know what's going on? Absolutely. All you need to do is blossom. That's all you're required to do right now with this new moon, with this new Aries energy, is that there's enough sunlight and warmth. Take a look around you. What's everything going to start doing? Blossoming. Reach out. Again, now we have 333. And this is communication with family and friends. Work being recognized for it. You have to speak your truth or just ask for help. And the Chariot, moving towards love and success. That's beautiful energy, guys. That's beautiful energy. Pay attention to the 9s and the 3s. 333 is growth through communication and family, something you've been waiting for. Finally resolves itself here because you're communicating effectively. All right. What do we got for love? What's going on with that? What do we got this week? What do we need to be aware of? Okay. All right. Very straightforward here. Beautiful. All right. There's some anxiety about relationships. There could be some drama involved in it. Well, that's a choice. Again, cut your cords to all the drama. Stay out of it. Why go through this mental conflict when you have to fight for what you want or compete for what you want? You don't do that. It's actually time to move forward with the 10 here. Moving forward, releasing your burdens, unburdening yourself, definitely in relationships. An opportunity comes, I say take it. It's a new reset as far as relationships go for you. Don't be foolish to go back to Dirtbag Daryl or the drama. You deserve better than that. And the 10 of Pentacles is opening up to a secure, stable, long-lasting relationship. Especially not just with one person, but with others. This is all about letting go and speaking your truth this week, if I've ever seen it. And you don't have to do it alone. Suffering in silence, reach out. The family card, the friends and family card out. Yeah. All right, let's get some messages of love. Okay. Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. So stop looking in the past, stop looking in the future. Be open to it now. But go slow. Take time to get to know each other. Don't be foolish. There's a huge message about that too. There's a dance to this. And we shouldn't just be rushing into it. And if, again, communicate. That's key. And abundance. You've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. That's a huge message from the 999 to believe you deserve it. And you get the 10 right there. Boom. Okay? Let's get a closing message for you, Scorpio. So again, this is communicating. People can't figure out what you're brooding about if you don't communicate effectively. Okay? Don't be foolish. Take your time about what you need to say. All right, which one do I keep? The one right in the middle there. Okie dokie, guys. Thank you. Break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those that love you will always be there for you. Again, you gotta speak it into existence. Be the real you. That's huge. All right, Scorpio, that's going to do it for the week. Excellent reading. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, watch The Freaking Weekend. That's posted on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Go ahead and hit the bell notification and it will let you know. Don't forget, I'm available for personal readings. I'm already booking way into April. Get your slot in now. All right, Scorpio, speak your truth. Communicate effectively. The angels got your back on this one, and I will see you this weekend. Sagittarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Sag. Hope you're having a great spring. Spring has sprung. You know I'm big on that. Wait till the summer solstice, baby. Oh, yeah. I'm going to enjoy it. All right, so let's talk about some things. We got some things to talk about, okay? All right, we got a lot of astrology going on in a short period of time, a few days spread apart this week. So, March 27th, Venus, the planet of love, has been retrograde for a while and has moved into Aries. But now, because of apparent motion of everything that's moving, it looks like it's going back into the sign of Pisces. So again, this is a review. And when the energies shift between signs, it's a pretty big deal. I look at that as a pretty big deal. And that's going towards get up and go to a more, all right, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's see how I feel about this. Why do I feel this way? It could be a high tendency of somebody from the past coming back in. Now, if they were great and you kind of miss the opportunity and it's come around again, fucking fantastic. If they were a dirtbag, we don't want that. But there's fair warning for you, okay? And I'm leading up to why. Now, on the March 29th, we've got two things going on. Mercury, which has been retrograde, is also moving back into Pisces. Again, apparently moving back into Pisces. These two planets together are having us review our emotions, the way we express ourselves. Mercury is how we express ourselves. It's time to go back to the drawing board. Am I being too emotional in my expression? Do I let my emotions run rampant? And then therefore I put my foot in my mouth. I mean, how many times do you do that, Sagittarius? So we don't need any more of that. And it has to do with Pisces, our emotions. It also is our creativity and intuition. It's being more spiritual also. It's going back to our spiritual values and maybe wanting relationships and expressing ourselves in a more spiritual way, okay? It's going back to the drawing board and finding that internal inspiration that leads you to do what you want to do. All right, now, on that same day, I'm not done. Wait, there's more. There's a new moon in Aries. And this new moon is a solar eclipse, but it's not like, the grand solar eclipse. It's another solar eclipse. No, it's just a mild case of solar eclipse. But solar eclipses are not mild at all. They're just a little extra. And this new moon is a little extra. And Aries is a little extra, And it's happening in your fifth house. Now, because you are a fire sign like Aries, this may be a little bit more harmonious. Things may get into a groove. Excuse me. And you may have something to say, okay? Weird. Where did that come from? So again, Sag, maybe you got to go back to the drawing board about how you're going to approach the subject. Need to talk to somebody about it. But however, because you're a fellow fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this is a little bit more easier for you to handle because it's in trine to this new moon. All right. However, it could also be like nothing happens, you know, but this is taking place. This is shining light on new beginnings, because the new moon is new beginnings, in your 5th house of romance, love, giving and receiving love, a focus on children, a focus on joy, a focus on movement. So you get a new opportunity here in love, maybe, you know, that Venus retrograde feel. There's plenty of ways to utilize this energy, but it's all about giving yourself the opportunity to have fun and not letting your emotions interrupt that fun, or opening up to love and not letting your emotions stop you from opening up to love. Look at this. Now we're getting a message from our guides, because I'm jumping a little ahead, just like an Aries energy would. God of indulgence. It's all right. Stop beating yourself up. A little indulgence in balance is healthy. We were just talking about that. Why isn't it focusing? Focus. Is it the light that's maybe not doing it? I don't know. All right, so let's look that up. God of indulgence. In the 5th house of joy and having fun. That's the big thing. Allowing yourself to have fun. God of indulgence. There's angels, there's gods, and there's goddesses. Where are the gods? Where's the gods? Come on, Ingia. It's all right. Stop beating yourself up. Sagittarius, it is wonderful to indulge in the things we love every once in a while. Everything is fine in good measure. Just don't overdo it. Whether it's food, drink, or substances of any kind, relationships, or material possessions, remember, excess of anything leads to some form of imbalance. Yet at the same time, remember that all is valid and all is love. A little indulgence in some form or another is natural and even healthy. So don't beat yourself up when you do indulge in those things you love. Just be mindful. Don't deny yourself. Just keep it in balance. And when you do indulge, try to do it in ways that nurture and nourish your spirit rather than cloud or suppress it. Bingo. Have fun. That's this whole reading. Have fun and don't beat yourself up about it. You know? Excellent. So it's a new beginning on how to live and experience joy in your life and having a little damn fun and not feeling guilty about it and opening up to love. I mean, the 5th house is all about romance, so you got to open up to it. I mean, you got to do that. Okay. Oh, look at that. And the Lover's card is out. Son of a bitch. You cannot make this stuff up. You can't. You cannot. You cannot. Wow. Wow. There it is. Unfucking believable. Sag. 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. Interesting. 9s here. Let your guard down. This is your walls of protection. I understand. You're tired. 9 of Swords is anxiety, being anxious. Let's get excited. Anxiety and excitement are on the same spectrum. When you say anxiety, let me put it this way. Anxiety is nothing but not knowing what the future is going to bring and that you're not in control of it. And that's okay. What you need to do is get excited about it. I don't know what's coming up, but I'm going to open up to it instead of putting up your walls of defense and acting like a shit. You know what I mean? It's a turning point here. You're almost there to understand that I just need to be excited. I'm going to get excited about the future. I don't know what it's going to bring, but I know that I deserve a beautiful and bright future, and I don't need to do it alone. And all of that is going to come into place when I align myself to it. I'm going to let down my walls, the Nine of Wands. I'm going to get excited about the unknown, Nine of Swords. And I'm also going to let myself enjoy my life. The Judgment card, I'm setting myself free from my judgments. I'm not going to get in the way. I'm not going to beat myself up for a little indulgence. I deserve it instead of sitting in this. The Seven of Pentacles, this is new moon energy. You're planting the seeds, and you put the right energy, nourishment, and thought into them. They bear fruit, and the outcome is the Lovers in the Chariot, a successful relationship. Something comes in when you let down your walls and set yourself free. And plant the seeds of desire that I deserve the highest and the best, and I know it's coming to me. Boom. And a little indulgence this week don't hurt. Some bitch. That's a beautiful reading, guys, right out of the gate. Relationships are going to be a focus, and it's going to be successful. You know, travel, the Chariot, moving fast. Something's moving towards this union, this symbionce, I guess you could say. Yeah. You've got a lot of movements and choices and decisions to make. Don't get anxious about it. In fact, hold the vision in your mind. I got this. I'm inspired. I trust my intuition. And the sun. All you need to do is shine as brightly as the sun. Have fun. Flourish. Enjoy. Don't be a worrywart here, or, you know, your own moral police. Have fun. Envision yourself having fun, and that is what you will experience. Interesting. Jeffrey. Sometimes I'm afraid to shuffle these cards because they're so bowed that they don't shuffle well. It's hard. It's hard to be a tarot reader that uses his cards so much you can't even shuffle them. Woe is me. All right, there we go. Okay, all right, okay. All on the floor. Son of a bitch. All right. I should be stretching more. I'm just afraid to. I don't want to cause my lacerations to bleed again. I can't even lift, can't even weight lift. Ugh, it's horrible. All right, not till May. Not till May, another month. Mingya. All right, now, another 9. Pay attention to 999. That is prosperity. That's opening up to it. You're almost there. Rest and reconsider. That's that retrograde energy moving back into Pisces. That gets us all emotional, okay? Sacral chakra is out. And I'm telling you, the sacral chakra is all about joy. Opening up to creativity. Having fun. Sexual energy. It's all of that. Awaiting results with the 7 of Pentacles. Again, nurture that part of yourself, not destroy it. And the 2 of Cups coming together. Something is at work here. Something's at work. Huge focus on relationships. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Wow. I love it. I love this for you. All right. Let's look at love, because there's a huge focus on that. Pay attention to 222. That is balance in relationships. You can't make this shit up, guys. You can't. I mean, the numbers, the way that the cards come out, there's no way that I can contrive this or make this, you know, some kind of fucking parlor trick. This is your energy channeled through me and my deck of cards. And here we are. Pay attention. Okay. Damn it. Look at all the 9s coming out, and I will show you. Yeah. Stressed out about relationships. It shouldn't be this much work. You're almost there. Release that. It's time to just have fun. Open up to it. The moon, it leaves you uncertain. You got decisions to make. Again, this is emotional Pisces energy that you need to revisit. God damn it, I'm letting my emotions get involved in again. The poor me attitude. The Seven of Wands is put up boundaries. That's another thing. Some people, you need to put boundaries up. You know, people are going to come back into your realm, and you got to tell them, no, this ain't working. It's not going to work again. Leave me alone, dirtbag Daryl. I'm moving on, okay? Now, the Nine of Pentacles, another 9. How many does that make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nine of Pentacles is acting as if I deserve so much better. I'm not going to stress out about this. I'm opening up to it. Again, Nine of Pentacles is luxurious energy. It's like, damn. Page of Pentacles is an offer coming in. Pages bring in messages also. Someone could be coming forward. And the Magician. Manifesting here. Big time. Manifesting a relationship. Something coming back around. 222-999999999. I mean, there's a huge focus on relationships here. Maybe you can be getting an apology that you should have gotten, and you can put closure to that, you know, but it's the mental stress. Love shouldn't be this fucking difficult, and you've got to remind yourself that, okay? All right. Obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement, okay? It's telling you everything to do here. Sacral chakra is not only about pleasure and enjoyment, it's also about childhood issues that we hold on about love that stifle our enjoyment and pleasure, okay? Denial, detach with love to clearly see the truth. Again, emotions get us in a fix. Instead of propelling us, they can bring us down. Set yourself free from that. Interference, an external party is intruding on this relationship. All right, stand your ground. Set boundaries. Bitch, get away from my man. You know, that kind of thing. Or don't let anyone judge you on what kind of relationship you should be in. That's a huge message for a lot of you Sages. Set yourself free from judgment, including the judgments that you give to yourself. Big time. And trust. It's safe to trust in this situation. That's the whole thing. Let go. Have fun. It's a dance. It shouldn't be a fight. Let love come to you because you are love and you are open to it. Coming together. I'm telling you, it's all coming together, Sag. This is a great reading. All fire signs readings have been incredible. All right. Thank you so much, Sag. This is beautiful. Open up to it. Open up to it. And deal with these. You've got decisions to make. Make them. All right, let's get a closing message for you. That's one fuck of a week there. That sets the tone for the next 3 months because because we're in eclipse season, we have it has a longer duration than just a normal new moon, full moon, 30-day kind of time frame. All right, let's get a closing. Are you serious? Okay. Hold on, I got to grab these cards. Okay. Do I give you all these messages? That's the cue. That's the question I got to ask. Okay. Man, after all this time of being in that car accident at the beginning of February, and it's the end of March, man, I am still in a lot of pain that I would just never had before. It's ridiculous. All right, I got to give you all 3, okay? Spirit said, well, you made them wait to get those cards, so give them all 3. All right, the first one is step back. You're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain some perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. That's this emotional involvement here. Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. Absolutely. That's what the Seven of Pentacles was, is putting that time and energy to make those seeds and intentions grow. And release. You're being asked to release any toxic people or situations from your life, son of a bitch. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving that. Don't be around or attract people or partners in your life that's just fucking drama. That's not fun. And don't indulge in that. And last but not least is jump in. Sag, you're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will always align in just the right way for you. Sometimes you have to take that leap anyway, and this is that time. Again, it's pushing yourself out there, putting yourself out there, and making things come together for you. You are manifesting a beautiful relationship if you haven't had one, and you're releasing obstacles and bullshit and relationships that no longer serve you. So you can open up to this. There's a lot of good stuff going on here, and I just want you to have fun and don't judge yourself about it. And don't let other people do that either. It's your life. You live it the way you want. Just don't do it in an imbalanced way. Because let's face it, Sag, you know, you'll go all the way. I mean, most of the craziest, kinkiest, and most outrageous friends are Sagittariuses, and they will go until somebody says, for Christ's sake, stop. And they'll maybe still keep going. So moderation, indulge, and don't feel guilty about it. Enjoy yourself this week. And this is going to set the stage for the rest of the summer too. So get ready. All right, Sag, I love you all so much. What a great reading. Put a comment in the comments there. Leave me a comment, a emoji, something. And yes, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Thursdays. Let's see how this energy carries over for the weekend. And personal readings are off from now until the second week of April, but go ahead and book yours now, because if I put a time frame in there where I'm not doing readings, everybody starts bombarding it. So book yours now for that, okay? All right, Sag, I love you all. Have some fucking fun this week, and I will see you on the weekend. Capricorn, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be for March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Capricorn. Hope you are doing well. Hope your spring has sprung, because it has, baby. All right, let's get down to it. Again, thank you for being here. Love you all. Let's get to the astrology. We got some big stuff happening this week, so let's get into it right away. All right. March 27th, Venus, the planet of love, has been retrograde for quite some time. We're almost through it. Don't worry. April, everything's going to change. But it's moved into Aries, and now apparently it looks like it's moving back into Pisces. This brings up emotional issues for us, especially in relationships. So please be aware of that. And we're going back into this not to torture you, but to take care of emotional issues. Now, we'll glean some more on exactly where this happens. So on the 29th, Mercury, the planet of communication, which is also retrograde, has moved into Aries, but now it's going retrograde and it's moving back into Pisces. Now, with these two planets being retrograde at the same time, moving back into Pisces at the same time, you can't help but to look at the situation and say, all right, we're dealing with emotional issues, and we need to go back to the drawing board for it. What can I let go that's holding me back emotionally? Am I not only feeling this way, but am I expressing myself that way? Am I letting my emotions dictate how I communicate with people and fucking it up? You know what I mean? So again, you may have to go back to the way that you handle these issues. Why am I triggered by this? What's going on here? All right. And on the same day, on the 29th, we have a new moon in Aries, okay? So new moons are an excellent time to start things, to wipe the board clean and to start all over again, to plant the seeds of your desires. You don't forget, we just had the spring equinox. This is an excellent time to do it. That's when we put these plans into action. And not only that, but this new moon is a solar eclipse. It's not the big grand solar eclipse. It's not as dramatic, but it's still a little extra. So we have to keep that into consideration. And it's shining light in your 4th house of home. Now, we got a new beginning at home. Could be doing some spring cleaning. Could be buying a new home, moving into a new home. Finally, after all of this, you finally get to move forward into it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a focus on home, family, situations with family and kids and all of that. The 4th is opposite the 10th, so we also have to look at that. Is there a work-home balance that we need to strike now? Start a new routine at home that will last months and months and months, you know? Lots to consider here. Could be dealing with some emotional issues at home. Why am I letting this bother me? You know, do I need to let this bother me? You know, I think the whole thing is asking yourself, why am I getting involved? Which emotionally pulls me into these situations and fucks up my routine. You know, you may need to simply spend some time at home and these emotional issues are nagging at you, which you really don't need to, all right? So that's the energy, astrology. So let's get the vibes. We're going to get a message from your guides first, from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck, and see what they got to say. Which one do I keep? The bottom one. Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh, I love this. Goddess of Beauty. I love that card. Pay attention to butterflies. You are a wondrous being of light. There is nothing to change or fix. Okay. Really? I don't know. That's a little suspect. That's a little suspect. That's what I hear a lot of people say to me when I'm like, okay, well, you got this to deal with. No, I don't think I got anything to fix. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. All right, Goddess of Beauty. You are a wondrously beautiful being of light, yet you cannot see it because you are comparing yourself to others instead of looking honestly and lovingly at yourself. Pay attention. Meditate upon the image on this card and allow your light and natural beauty to shine through. You are beautiful just as you are. There is nothing to change or fix. Just love and accept yourself as you are. Very Piscean with that Venus and Mercury energy. As you honor the beautiful person that you are, others will feel the light and warmth radiating from you. As a result, you will attract wonderful and generous people. For all of you, for you, all you truly are. God, why can I not read? People, all right, let's do this over again. As a result, you will attract wonderful and generous people into your life that will love and appreciate you for all you truly are. That's all I needed to say, man. Just be yourself. That is where the beauty lies. Okay. Now that makes sense. Instead of there's nothing to change or fix. You need to accept yourself as a loving and beautiful person. I'm telling you, this Venus and Mercury is really having you go back to the drawing board and really let go of those insecurities and feeling like you need to compare yourself to others and all of that. Wow, I like that. Okay, Capricorn, let's get the vibe. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's see. What's the vibe? What's the vibe? Oh, and we've got plenty of vibes. I love doing that. You fucking goofball. All right. What we got here is a failure to communicate. Oh, wow. That's great energy. Yeah, just open yourself up, baby. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, yeah. Love it. Love it. I gotta love it. All right, but first of all, I love this outcome, but we need to go over here first, okay? 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands, and the 8 of Swords. Drama. Get out of it. You're wasting your energy fucking around with these fucktards. Really. Get out of the drama and don't create drama, okay? And don't create any drama with yourself. Look at that. Remember how I said when you got to look in the mirror, Goddess of Beauty? That's what you should be seeing, okay? not this. And you need to fix that. And you have an excellent time to do that. Now, this is how we do it. We regulate our emotions. We don't let our emotions get us verklempt in all of this. That's where the problem lies. The Emperor is take action and take control. Only take action and control over what you can. And that's your life. We talked about this. I almost feel like I'm getting deja vu. Put in the work to do this. You got to try something different here. Same old ain't paying off. All right? But the Queen of Pentacles is you stay grounded, act as if you deserve all of that, and that energy will match. The Wheel of Fortune is saying luck is on your side here. And the Two of Cups, oh shit. Second chance at relationship, maybe? Something. Or maybe just you getting in tune with yourself and not having this situation. Okay? The plot thickens. But this is empowerment, and this is what you need to do. But it also requires action. Okay? To move out of this shitty energy. Okay? Let's get some oracles. Let's see what else it's got to say, Cap. What else? Okay. All right. Yeah. This is all. Yeah. Stop deception and envy. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You've got just as much beauty, if not even more. You know, I'm going to be honest. You're hot. Do something about it. You got to deal with that shadow self. That's what it all comes down to. And you got an excellent time to do that. Okay? Excellent time. And recognition and reward. I'm telling you, something is coming your way. But we need to get out of this first. Okay? Let's get some more oracles. Let's see what else is in store. Don't wanna play no more. You can do this if you really try. Just see it in your third eye and it will be yours. Fuck. Because you deserve it. Okay, I gotta run across the room and grab the other cards that flew out. I'll be right back. Please stand by. Let's get our messages, Capricorn. We're going across the room here. Oh, God, I gotta start stretching. I really have to start stretching more. It's just not serving me. I'm so stiff from my fucking car accident. That train wreck. All right. Seek the truth. You fucking yourself up with your self-deceptive thoughts. Uh-huh. How are you going to do it? You're going to put in the work. You're going to put in the work. Pay attention to 888. Very significant here. Remember, you're the master of your reality. Ooh, excuse me. What are you recording? What are you creating? Chaos or bliss? Again, recognition and reward. People reaching out to you. Recognition. Spotlight's on you, baby. Stop being a shrinking violet. You know what I mean? You need and should really take in the recognition that you get. You know what I mean? And something wonderful comes out of it. Trust me. Something wonderful for you. Why am I singing so much, Capricorn? I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't eaten all day and I'm starting to lose my mind. Unwinding live on the camera. Let's get love for you. Okay. Fear of failure. Yep. Okay. See, and pay attention to 555. You're at a halfway point here. Let the fucking shit go, man. Really, you can do this. Lots of change. But you got to get in tune with your emotions and trust your intuition. See, we got the King and Queen of Cups out here. Align to that perfect union. You can. But you can't do it with this. You can't. It's two different frequencies. You can't want to tune in to the the dance channel when you're in a funeral dirge mode. You can't do it. But it takes action. So there's a big thing about taking action and putting in the work to make this happen. And it's a new beginning. Ace of Wands energy. I love that. I mean, that's big wood energy, honey. So anything is possible. Seek the truth. You may be self-sabotaging. And again, this focuses on home. So you need your home base. If you don't have your home base, you're rootless. And nothing really grows without roots. Roots need to go deep. Okay? Aha. Obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. And it's time to take care of those. This new moon is an excellent time to do so. Different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision, and that's okay. And the last thing you need to do is fucking blame yourself for it. This has nothing to do with you. You're just two different energies, and that's okay. You will find somebody and attract somebody that will bring in that like energy. I guarantee it. And acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. There it is. But this looks like a good week. Open up. 888. That's abundance, baby. And abundance is yours in all forms. But you ain't seeing it. If you're too busy focusing on the obstacles, and not realizing the beauty that is you. Okay? Let's get a closing message for you. Yeah, that didn't shuffle right, Sometimes they'll tell me take them all, but they said no, put it back in the deck. So let's go. Closing message for you, Capricorn. What do we got? Boom. There it is. And it's all about this, Capricorn. You can't make this shit up. Align. You're being asked to align with your current situation, even if it's not easy to do so. Trust that there is much to be learned by being here. Pushing against what is will only make things harder on you. Align, surrender, and trust. You do that, baby girl, baby doll, baby boy, whatever. I gotta go through all the genders. You got this. Align to it. Fate is on your side. Put in the work. There's a huge effort on taking action and putting in the work to make this solid. And this will last for months. Trust me on that. All right, Capricorn, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend will be posted on Thursdays. And I'm off of personal readings until the second week in April. So now is your opportunity to get advanced booking. Go ahead and click the link in the description, and then we'll kick it off in April. All right, Capricorn, align, trust, and open up to the beauty that is inside of you. And I will see you on the weekend. Aquarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Aquarius. Hope you're doing well. Happy spring. Yes, that's right. Spring has sprung. Are you ready? I'm ready. How about you? Absolutely. Okay. So happy spring. This is a great time to start putting some new things into place. New beginnings, guys. And it can be yours. All right? Well, we've got some energy to work with first here. We've got quite a few things happening in this week, so let's get to it. March 27th, Venus, the planet of love, is retrograde. And it has moved into Aries. Well, now because it's apparently moving backwards, it's moving back into Pisces. So again, we are revisiting our issues here with love. Pisces is a very emotional sign. It's water sign. So, are we burning away the illusions of our relationships? Are we taking care of this? Sometimes relationships that from the past come back in too, so be aware of that. Now, on the 29th, we got a lot of big energy going on, the 29th and the 30th. Mercury, the planet of communication and moving forward, motion, is also retrograde. Will be until the middle of April. It is moved into Aries. Now it's moving back into Pisces also. So again, this is, releasing our hang-ups about communication in relationships. It's also being inspired. It's going back to the drawing board, guys. It's having us go back into this emotional depths to be inspired, to use our spiritual strength at this time. Now, on the 29th, we're also having a new moon in Aries. And it's a solar eclipse, but it's not a major solar eclipse. So, but it's still a little extra. All right. But we're focusing on the new moon, which is an excellent time to get things done. And this is happening in your third house of communication, of siblings, your brothers and sisters. Traveling also, but the big one is communication. Okay. So be aware of that. And with the ruler of communication retrograde going back into Pisces, there may be some delays in some travel that you're planning on doing, but again, the new moon is showing us an opportunity on how to communicate more effectively. Okay. And going back to the drawing board, Aquarius can be very cold and callous in the way that they communicate. It's very straightforward and, unfeeling sometimes. Maybe you need to go back to the drawing board and take care of that, but it could be new opportunities for travel, new opportunities with relationships with your brothers and sisters, a great time to release the writer's block, that kind of stuff. Third house is all about communication, writing, journaling, speaking your truth. All right, let's get a message from your guides before we start the tarot. And on the 30th, I forgot to say, Neptune is moving into Aries, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So I kind of look at Neptune moving into Aries. Neptune can be very fog. That's what I feel like, a fog rolling in. And in the morning, if you've ever noticed, like in the summertime, how it would be foggy. It'd be foggy, and then, wait, I thought it was going to be nice out today. And then you look up and you can see the blue sky through that fog. You can see the sun burning that fog away. And then it turns out to be a fucking beautiful day. At first blush, you were like, oh my God, this looks like it's going to be a horrible cold day. It's so foggy. It's like London. No offense, but, and then all of a sudden the sun burns away the fog. That's the way I look at Neptune moving into Aries. Okay. Very spiritual time, guys. Very spiritual time for us all. All right. Message from your guides. Angel of Emergence. It's time for the real you to emerge. Absolutely. Pay attention to the butterflies. That's a great card. Let's get the meeting, shall we? Angel of Emergence. Angel of Emergence. It's time. It is so time. This card, Aquarius, mirrors the start of a wondrous transformation that is about to occur in your life. For far too long now, you have felt second best and remained in the background. It is now time for the real you, the beautiful, talented, and wondrous you to emerge. This is the emergence of your true nature, which until now you have denied to most of those around you, and often also denied yourself. Over the coming days and weeks, you will begin to feel a newfound sense of confidence and excitement for your life. Embrace it. Give thanks to God and the angels, and above all, respect, love, and honor the beautiful and talented person that you are. Damn, that's a beautiful message right there. For the spring, it's time for the real you to emerge. It's time to nurture those blossoms. It's time to nurture those seeds, so they can blossom. That's incredible. All right, let's get the vibe for you. Let's see. They wanted me to... Really? You wanted me to do 4? Okay. It can't not listen. All right. All right, Aquarius, thank you for being here. Hit the like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe for the week. Okay, I knew there was one left. Wow, okay. Wow, there it is. It's all about moving on with this negative energy. It is time for the real you to emerge. The moon symbology here is really important. You know, the moon can be uncertain. Getting lost in your emotions, I kind of look at that as the Pisces energy. You know, don't get lost in your emotions. You'll sink to the bottom, unable to come up for air, because the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords here can be very deceptive. You know, this is what you deny yourself, the real you, all bound and gagged by your thoughts. Swords are thoughts. And the Seven of Swords, again, is self-deception, or other people deceiving you, letting other people deceive you. I think it's all self. And then we have the Ten of Swords, which is moving on, where you eliminate the negative thoughts and have the positive ones move forward with you. And look, the sun comes out, shining light on all this beautiful energy here, because it shifts. As soon as you make that change with the Ten of Swords here, that's a payoff. And then we have the Page of Wands, is a reminder that you're taking things way too serious. Okay? God, I hope that really doesn't wash out too much. Oh my God. It's not going to last because it's been a cloudy day. So take this as a sign, all right? You see how there's no light coming on this? That's your mental thoughts right there. But you see the light is all right here when you make that change to get away from the negative viewpoints. That's incredible. Should I just shut that light off until... That does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. It just washes it out. Let's see. Can I shut that one off too? Yeah, that doesn't do much either. Wow. Okay. We got the Ten of Swords here. It's time to change that negative aspect. Wow, we are just getting washed out by the sun here. Wow. Sorry about that, folks, but I'm telling you, look at how it's shining on this and not on that. This is what we need to let go of. Okay? Page of Wands is you're taking life way too seriously. And there's also a message coming in that could really lighten things up here. The King of Wands is make that change. And the Ten of Cups, that's two tens. The payoff is incredible here. Wow. I mean, I don't even have the capacity to cover that window right now. What would I cover that with? It's not going to last. You know, the sun's just out like doing weird stuff. Kind of adds like a funky vibe to the whole thing, you know? It's just saturated. I know as soon as I go and start messing with the controls, watch, as soon as they start messing with it, then all of a sudden the sun's going to go right back to the dreary way it was before. All right, can I take the brightness out? Yeah, see, that's not going to help it at all. Shit. All right. We're just going to deal with it because the sun is beautiful. And it really says a lot because look, it's still not over here. And the sun is shining full blown in that window. Wow. Okay, let's get some oracles. Maybe they'll stand out. Mm-hmm. It's adding a little bit more to this. Absolutely. Okay. Yep, the heartache and loss. Again, this is what's got us all messed up here. It's time to let that go. This is the Hangman. This is sacrifice that. This is getting a different point of view. This one is not working for you. Okay? And discontent and boredom with the Four of Cups. This is don't turn your back on opportunity here. This is not the time to do it. The opportunity is there once you get out of this negative headspace. Okay? Let's add some more oracles to it. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Now it looks like the light's kind of going back to normal. Boy, that was shining bright there, though. But it was right on cue, wasn't it? It was great. Okay, listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition, to your inner voice. Open your heart. Forgive. Let go. And the lovers, relationships here. Maybe we're letting go of a relationship. Maybe it's time. You're going to be much more happier if you do that. But opening yourself up to a relationship would even be divine at this point in this reading, you know? Okay, let's get some love. Let's get some love for Aquarius. So again, this is, you know, and don't remember remember the message. It's time for the real you to emerge. This isn't you, and you know it. That's you, the lover, the creator, the one that makes things happen, the innovator, not the worrywart. You know what I'm saying? No. Okay, let's get some love. Let's see what's going on in the love department. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Weird way of coming out there, but well, yeah, look, the Lover's card is there. Jesus. And again, never a dull moment with you guys. Never. Your star is out to say that, you know, trust the universe. This is a great time to heal. A lot of major cards out here, guys. This is a big deal. Don't be tempted to focus on the past. Maybe a past love is coming back, you know. I'm telling you, let the past go, though. This is a huge indicator of you being stuck in the past. And you know this. Your inner voice is telling you that. You know, listen. It's time to empower yourself. You are strong enough, and put in the work to work towards this relationship. I don't know. I think you're stepping out of the light and I'm stepping out of the dark and into the light, literally. I mean, and you're going to do it. I mean, this is happening, and opening yourself up to a very reciprocated relationship. Long lasting, but don't turn your back on opportunity here because you're too involved in your head. You're such a heady sign, and it's time for the real you to emerge. That's the lover. That's the lover, and that's come out twice. Let's get some messages of love and see what they have to add to this. You a lover, Aquarius. You're such a lover. But you're not really in the lover kind of mode here. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of that. You know, you've got to vibe up to it. All right. Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. So don't let your thoughts deceive you. This is much better energy that you're coming into. And decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. Let it go. Work on it. Open up to it. Whatever is involved here, you need to. It's the negative mindset. And don't let other people deceive you either. I got to say that. And unplug. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. For some of you, that's another thing, you know. Work. You need a balance here. You're strong enough to do this. It seems like in relationships, you kind of feel powerless. And I'm here to tell you that you're not. You actually could take your power back with this situation. And it's about communication, okay? So make this happen. Communicate effectively. This is really good reading here. It's just this kind of outweighs that. But again, what are we going to focus on? The dark or the light? Huh? Okay, let's get a closing message for you. Interesting reading. It's just getting rid of your negative mindset, and relationships will improve. Relationships will fall off the board, and that's okay. They didn't serve you, and you know it. And this will allow you, for the real you, to emerge. The lover. The lover that is also reciprocated and appreciated. Okay. Step back. Aquarius, you're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When we're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. Yeah, that's what that sacrifice card was. Change your mind, change your life. And that's that. All right, Aquarius, damn, that was a great reading, you know. Lots of love here. Open up to it. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend is posted on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Hit the bell notification and it will let you know when I do. Personal readings are booked for the rest of March, so go ahead. I'm starting to open it up for April. Book yours now. Click the link in the description and I will hook you up. All right, Aquarius, have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Pisces, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. This tarot reading is going to be from March 24th all the way to March 30th. So welcome, Pisces. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are getting ready to blossom and thrive because spring has sprung. Hell yeah. No more winter. Bye-bye, winter. You can try, but it's not happening. I don't care. Warmer weather and better days. That's what I'm all about. All right. Although we've got some energy to work with here, so let's talk about it. March 27th, Venus, the planet of love that's been retrograde, has moved into Aries, but apparently it looks like it's going backwards from our view on the Earth, and it's moving back into Pisces. Hello, goodbye, hello, okay? That has to do with a lot of love relationships, things going back to the drawing board, Now we're, it's the final stretch, I guess. And then on March 29th, Mercury, the planet of communications, has been retrograde and will be, these retrogrades will alleviate in April, it was in Aries, but now apparently it's moving back into Pisces. So there's some themes here we need to deal with. Emotional issues because of Pisces. Going back to the drawing board, this can be a very spiritual time for you where you rely on your spirituality. And not only that, on the 29th, there's a new moon in Aries, and it's a solar eclipse, but we're really not emphasizing the solar eclipse because it's not a total solar eclipse. And that's what we focus on. That's when the energy is intense. This, I don't even know the totality of it, but we're not going to emphasize so much. Oh no, it's a solar eclipse. It's just a little extra. This new moon's a little extra, which kind of gives it a boost, And this is happening in your second house of values. So we got a theme here of values, what we value, money, new opportunities for self and how we look at ourselves and how we value ourselves. Okay? It's opposite the 8th house of other people's money. It's also a time for healing. So again, a spiritual time is kind of around this week, all coming to a head really and kind of emphasizing in this Piscean energy. Not only that, Pisces, but the next day, your ruler Neptune is moving out of your sign and moving into Aries. Now, there's a heavy emphasis on your energy in this last week of March. Neptune, I kind of look as like the fog. And the fog's rolling in on a summer day. And you woke up in the morning and you thought, wait a minute, I thought it was going to be 80 degrees and sunny. It's like 52 and it's really grim and it's foggy everywhere, And you go outside a little later in the morning and you look up to the sky and you see the fog is dense. But when you look up at the sky, it's like, but I see blue sky. There's really not a cloud in the sky. I see the sun, it's right there. And you can start to feel its warmth. And little by little, as the morning progresses, this foggy, grim day turned out to be the sunny, beautiful day that you were promised, that the weather said was going to happen. That's the way I see Neptune moving into Aries, and then that fire sign, that fire energy burns away that foggy veil and brings about the new day. You know what I mean? And with you, this is a very spiritual time for us all, and especially for Pisces. So this is what you value. The second house is acquiring value and appreciating it. Okay? Wow. Lots to digest right out of the gate. So let's get a message from your guides. This is from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck. And let's see what the vibe is for the week on top of what we've got. I'm going to keep both of those. They didn't give me one or the other, so this is what I'm going with. The first one is Angel of Vision. Someone is not revealing part of the story. Trust your feelings over what others say. Let's look at that. Hmm. Angel of Vision. Angel of Vision. Did I just see it? Oh, for the... Are you serious? I had problems with the last one. Okay, there we go. The Angel of Vision has appeared in your reading today to help you to see through a particular situation that is affecting your life at present. There is more to the current situation than meets the eye. The person or people involved are hiding part of the truth and are not revealing the full story. Do not rely on what you are shown or told. Rather, start to pay attention to your intuition. So true for a Pisces. What is your gut feeling regarding this present event? Ask your angel of vision to help you. Trust your feelings and natural instincts instead of relying on what others say. All will be revealed through the light of love, and the current stream of events will turn in your favor. All right, so not to fret. And we were just talking about Neptune moving into Aries and that fog being lifted. There's more to what meets the eye, but trust your intuition. Now, message 2, because you're special like that, you know? And this is the angel of new life. I love that. Look at that. Beautiful. Merging with the moon. An exciting new chapter in your life is about to unfold. Brilliant. Let's read about it. The angel of new life is here to announce that a new chapter of your life is about to unfold. Over the coming days and weeks, you will begin to feel a sense of renewed clarity, purpose, and direction. That's that second house influence in that new moon. Excellent. New magical and exciting things begin to happen as you are intuitively guided to explore new avenues and possibilities for your life. Through this process, you will uncover aspects of yourself that you didn't know you had. Embrace this new and exciting period of your life and know that the past is now behind you. Your life is forever changing, and you are forever evolving to ever greater spheres of light and love through the wondrous spirit of creation. Enjoy the journey, and all the blessings coming your way. That's incredible. Very spiritual time this week. That can harbor in, that kind of energy for the rest of the year. This is a powerful push. Let it guide you. Let it, in the rhythm of the universe, let it guide you. Okay. Now let's get to the tarot. Thank you so much for being here, Pisces. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe. Okay. What do I got? Oh, boy. Oh. Keep those. Okay. All right. Oh, boy. Ugh. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't like this at all. What? We've got a lot going on here, okay? There's a lot. The Tower, the Moon, the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Four of Swords. Holy shit. I don't even know where to begin and start. I can't even block them off. Basically, okay, there we go. Basically what it is let's not, we're wasting our energy focusing on what's going wrong or what has gone wrong. Let go of the worry. Worry is a wasted emotion. You got to pay attention to this. Let it go. You're letting your emotions seize the best of you. Again, don't trust what other people are saying. Trust your intuition. Stop worrying. Stop worrying. This will all work out. Four of Swords. Get some rest. Put some things to rest. This shitty energy. Absolutely. I know you're trying to juggle a lot, but look at the Two of Pentacles and the Temperance here. You got a lot of things going, but it balances out. The Temperance is like, chill. It's all about working together. and not alienating yourself or trying to do it all yourself. Delegate, maybe, but this uncertainty doesn't serve you well, especially when there's good energy going on here. You know, that's that Pisces emotion. Well, I don't know. No, it's time to put it to rest. It's time to, you got a lot of plates spinning. Let others spin them for you. Don't sit in your bullshit, Pisces. It's not a good time to do that. Not at all. It's time to put that to rest. That old part of you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't be tempted to rob yourself of your joy this weekend. This is about having fun and joy. And don't be tempted to let your emotions rob you, because you can't control all the fucking situation all day long. Okay? The only way to make this happen is to know that everything will work out with hope. There's also a childhood issue needs to be dealt with. Let's not mince words here. It's about pleasure. Don't deny yourself the pleasure. The waiting game is be patient. There's a huge thing about being patient here. And just shine as brightly as the sun. Focus on the light, not in the dark. And prosperity begins. A new opportunity here. So very good. But don't rob yourself of your joy because of this shitty energy you're in or other people's energy. This could just be simply other people's energy affecting yours. You know what I mean? Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Let's get messages of love. Let's do messages of love, love, love. Messages of love. Wait, did I do the Psychic Tarot for the heart? Yeah, why is this deck not wanting to... Oh, okay. That's why that deck felt weird. It didn't want me to it's like I'm not up yet. That's because I didn't do the other deck. It just seemed like there was enough here, you know what I mean? I don't know, it was weird. That's really funny. That love deck was like, Jeff, I'm not up yet. All right. Okay, let's get some more oracles, shall we? All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. The sacral chakra is out again. I mean, how can you can't make this shit up, guys. Do not rob yourself of your fucking joy. Choose your battles. Where are you focusing your energy? Feeling alone? Here we go. No. 5, 5, 5. You're at a halfway point. Let's get there, kiddo. You know what I mean? You're moving on from it. So that's good. Just breathe this week. It's a lot. It's a lot. Just breathe, okay? And just focus on success and growth. Because it's going to work out. But there's so much here going on. I don't want you to rob you of your joy. There's a huge thing of don't let bullshit rob you of your joy. Stay grounded. Okay? All right, now the deck is like, okay, I'm up now. All right, what else do we have? There's a lot to unpack with this, and I hope that this resonates with you. Pay attention to 222. That is balance in relationships, balance in life in general. So don't let things get out of whack. Again, don't let things rob you of your joy. You just can't. Okay? All right, anything else? I think there it is. I knew there was one more in there. It's funny how I know that, It's like I'm a psychic or something. Okay. Yeah. Trust your inner voice, not the other ones. You've got this. Illuminate your light for yourself, please. Absolutely. Look at that. Look at this. Empower yourself. Feel good, especially in relationships. You got this, baby doll, Recognition and reward. Yes, payoff. Another 3. And look at that. Celebrating. 3. Growth. There is growth here. And another 3 here because we got recognition and reward again. Job well done. Stop fucking freaking out. We got another 9. Just feel good. Prosperity is yours if you believe it. You know, it looks like you got cold feet. No, move forward. Stop worrying about, you know, it seems like the details, you're getting lost in details here. Learn to bend a little bit, okay? You've got plenty of help also, but don't let people, places, or things rob you of your joy. That just can't happen, okay? All right. Yeah. It all depends on this. Leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. Getting out of this shitty energy and moving into joy. Absolutely. New love, a recommitment to love is developing. Absolutely. Love that. And true love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. Every fucking emotional, physical, and unconditional. Everything you wanted. So don't second guess it and don't sit in this shitty energy. Okay? Let's get a closing message because remember, it's the angel of new life. Embrace that. And you're leaving this behind. Don't let anything rob you of your joy this week. Okay, let's get a closing message for you, Pisces. Wow, that's a lot. Isn't it a lot? It's a lot. You're a lot. And then we got compassion. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself. That is huge, especially with this second house influence. That's what it all comes down to. To give yourself a break instead of being a taskmaster, a bully, and a horrible friend. It really says that. Be a loving comforter who always has your back. Don't rob yourself of your joy trying to fucking delegate. You got people helping you. The 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups always shows friends coming in, helping. You're not doing this alone. You don't have to battle through this alone. Speak your truth, know your worth, and give yourself a fucking break. Don't rob yourself or let others rob you of your joy. That's the big message this week. All right, Pisces, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch The Freaking Weekend, posted on Wednesdays or Thursdays. I don't know what day I'm going to be doing it because my schedule is all wonky. So hit the bell on a notification and I'll let you know. And then personal readings are booked up for the rest of March. So start booking for April. It's starting to fill up. There I go, across the screen. Go ahead and book yours in the link in the description. And I love you all. Give yourself a break. Do not let anyone or anything rob you of your joy this week. And I will see you on the weekend.